Cullum.
bro? How's it going, man?
Yeah, Cullum.
Yeah.
Me Cullum there.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for my co-host.
Sorry.
Just
offending
trying to
you,
do,
dude.
just do an impression of me now for
Sorry.
an hour.
Very
Yeah,
offensive.
definitely.
Very
Fair enough.
offensive.
If there's dead air, I'm just going. Here we go.
How are you, bro?
That's all.
Does
it's
that piss you off when people do that?
It can do, yeah.
Really?
Why?
Well, it's just so that sometimes it's just like I know I get it, but
Oh yeah.
I don't hate on their fun because
Yeah.
it's like if I was Indian, I'd be doing the same thing, you know. If an Indian was beside me, I'd be
Would you?
all up in their face.
Well, that's the thing. You're like the only one we can do this to.
I know.
You know,
I know.
if you were Indian, I wouldn't be sitting here like, oh, Dr. Bird.
I'd be just shaking my head and shit.
Yeah, I wonder, are you guys allowed to do that in Ireland?
Shake the head.
Yeah, make fun of
Yeah, in
Indians.
Ireland, you can do
Yeah.
whatever you want.
Yeah, I think Ireland's.
It's tough now because we didn't have immigrants forever. So we were all just like, yeah, we love black people and stuff like that. And then we just let a load of them in. And now there's a lot of race wars going on. So it's like, for years, we were like, nah, there's no racism here. It's like, there's no one to be racist against.
Yeah.
And now it turns out, yeah, we've got some.
You guys are capable of it.
We've got some underlining problems, I guess.
Which the guys who came over should have told you guys. You know, all the Irish people that came to America should have written back like, "Oh, we're very capable of it."
You wouldn't believe the
where are you
streets
guys
are paved with
getting
racism.
Where are you getting immigrants from?
Um,
Just like New Jersey.
yeah. There's a lot of Mexicans come over.
Really?
No.
I was about to say, dude.
That'd-
That's
that'd be
that's
wild.
the battle royale.
If the lads and the Irish linked up,
They're linked, dude. Genetically speaking, I really think, dude. If we
Well-
were talking about the mythology in the
Yeah.
Mayan tale, there's a Cahulan or whatever. There is a Cahulan in Maya or
Oh,
in
sure.
in the Mayans. So I think they're the same people.
Yeah.
I think Mexicans and Irish people are
That's
the
fair.
same.
They're very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just sort of working, drinking,
Yep.
making
Loving God.
Just love like
Catholicism.
love fart jokes and stuff.
farts,
Yeah.
farted.
Yeah, dude. If Ireland got away from Mexicans, dude,
Yeah.
it would become the greatest nation on earth.
They would get so hammered.
True, it'd be a lot of fights. Dude. They're the two most fightingest people.
Yeah,
Dude.
a lot of stabs.
Do Spanish fight a lot?
What's that?
Like Mexicans? Do they fight a lot?
Yeah, dude.
I didn't
Do
know
the
that.
Spanish?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, or do you mean the Mexicans?
I'm talking about the same people here.
Oh, okay.
What, you mean
I
Europeans?
thought you were asking about Spain.
No, we're
Yeah.
talking about Mexicans.
Okay.
Mexicans love to fight.
Do they?
If you go,
Wow.
if I remember reading a book, 'cause I was going to go to Mexico, and it was like a tourist book, and they were saying like fist fights are very common. Fist fights are like whatever. Stabbings when people are like, whoa, break it up. It's like a
Yeah.
fist fight is like whatever, but
Yeah,
someone
you
busts
won't- you
out.
won't
If
even-
you're really pissed, you'll bust out a knife.
Yeah, guy told me that exact same thing in Spain.
Really?
Yeah, like verbatim.
About
He's
Mexico
like,
or
yeah,
Spain?
about Spain. Like they'll fight, and then someone will stab if they're dishonored enough. It's usually like you're allowed to like slap for some reason.
Yeah. Oh,
Are you allowed to slap in
Slapping's
Spain?
like slapping's like a common like way to settle a dispute. If you go closed fist, that's considered like you're trying to fight, and you're allowed to stab now.
Wait, are you allowed to physically slap in Spain?
I think so.
You have a license to slap?
Yes.
Damn. Backhand or forehand?
Well, it depends.
True.
It depends what the offense was.
I
Questioning
honestly
like my honor.
just a slapping.
just to settle it real quick.
Yeah.
That's a slapping, right?
No, that's a back.
Oh yeah.
But if it's perhaps mocking one of my lovers,
Yeah.
how dare you?
Yeah.
I would honestly believe if someone told me Spain allows slapping, I'd be like, I believe that.
Most likely.
I think they can.
Yeah.
We got to bring that. We need to allow slaps, dude. Slapping is genuinely, it's pretty harmless. It's just kind of like it's like a rattlesnake, dude. It's like it's a little rattle on the tail. Like I'll fucking slap you right across the face. If you want to slap me back, you can try.
I told you I slapped my friend.
Why'd you slap your friend?
He punched me in the dick. And I slapped him as hard as I could. And it was like a hard, like,
Yeah.
it buckled him.
Wait,
His
why did he punch you?
knees, he like went down.
Did he, like,
was
Johnny
just blacked
Cage
out.
you?
He was just blacked out.
Did he do a split and punch you in the dick?
No,
or
he did not Johnny Cage. He was like hammered and he saw me doing
What?
But it wasn't like fun. It was like almost out of aggression.
Wow.
What the fuck,
And I
dude?
slapped him and he's like he was hammered. He got hammered. And then everybody held him back after he tried to assault me.
You were
We
in
were
your
just
legal
leaving.
right.
I was
you
leaving.
You were defending your penis.
Yeah.
You were within your.
I was
legal right.
absolutely-
That's one of the Spanish rules. Defend your penis at all
That's how
costs.
all duels
That's a
started.
slapping.
That's how all duels started.
How do the Irish feel about the Spanish?
We like their country. We don't necessarily like them.
Why not? I like them.
You do?
Yeah, I like them.
I think maybe because you could speak Spanish.
Oh, you don't like them because different language.
Because they don't speak
That's
English.
just it.
They're fucking. You get with it.
Yeah.
Fucking. You better learn. Not even my language. You better learn English.
Yeah.
It's funny you're saying there's no like problem with racism in Ireland. I was doing an open mic at Fergie's, and remember that? Were you there that night? There was the Irish couple.
Yeah, I believe so.
So the one guy came over and was just like, I was talking to Sidney Gant, and he walked over. He's like, "Watch out! That guy will steal your shoes." What?
Yeah, he heard about it. He heard about
that guy will steal your shoes.
That's nice.
I feel like it got like almost less hurtful because he added your shoes. If he had just said that guy's on a steal, you're like, come on, dude. But he's like, your shoes. You're like, that's what you.
It's kind of a jolly way.
He's not taking anything else. Just
take
your
your
shoes.
sneakers off.
Yeah, like a mythical villain.
Yeah,
yeah,
Like
sure.
a reverse Saint Nick.
Oh,
whoops.
So Ireland's pretty racist. They're not liking the immigrants. I don't know. To be fair, I think in any country there's a bunch of people who don't like immigrants.
Yeah.
It's something you're born. I think it's like a thing you.
It's like when dudes from a different school come to your party.
Yeah.
It's instinctive. It's in there. No matter what. If you're somewhere and someone else shows up, you're like, get the fuck out of here.
I'm telling you, I think it's just a personality thing. I think there's just a personality type who just goes, do we know them? And like,
yeah.
From another, it's like, get them the fuck out of here. I swear to God, I think it's just I floated this at Bryn Mawr. I was like, I think it's more just a personality issue. And they're like, you can't let that off the hook. Like, some people just don't like people that, you know.
It's a type C personality.
Yeah, they don't know what they're up to. And they go, where are you guys coming from? And then they read the news and it's like, all of them are rapists. And you're like, I fucking knew it.
I knew
I had
rapists.
a fucking hunch.
Yeah.
I had a fucking hunch.
Well, they're probably coming. They're coming from Africa.
They're from Africa, yeah.
Yeah.
Straight from.
Like from like Muslim Africa or from like.
Don't know. I honestly don't know.
Gotcha.
Never even thought about asking.
Never you should ask.
You guys don't even ask them. You're like,
no.
Excuse me, sir, are you a Muslim?
Well, they're all in my neighborhood. If there was any black.
And you're from Dublin?
I'm from Dublin. But when I grown up, all the black people moved like much more north. So we didn't really have a lot of them. We had like, their name would be like Black Adam. Like there was a guy.
We have that
in my neighborhood. It would just be called like Black Adam.
I thought you were saying his actual last name. I was like, damn, nice,
Mr. Black Adam.
Yeah, Black Adams. Is that the one where he goes in, does minstrel shows for sick kids?
I don't know.
All right, never mind. It's
amazing.
Patch Adams.
It's a culture reference.
Oh, I know.
Patch
nice.
Adams reference.
Oh, no.
Here we go now.
Cooking.
Yeah, I had a good racist encounter this week.
What happened?
So I was down visiting a lover in the nation's capital, and she had to work during the day. So I went to Mount Vernon. You may have heard of George Washington.
Okay.
So I went to his plantation.
Okay, nice.
Check it out. And
I like this guy.
Needless to say, they're pretty heavily focused on the negative aspects of George Washington's career.
They're not focusing on the hemp, all the fucking weed he grew, dude.
True. Or his brewery. They're not really focused on that.
Damn, dude, that's going to ruin it for me when I think about the founding fathers smoking weed now. I'm like, oh, they had slaves pick all their weed.
They definitely did.
I was vibing on them now. I'm like,
somebody had...
it's a chill. That's a chill plantation.
It is.
In terms of plantations, dude, what are you growing?
George Washington?
Hemp. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Just fucking fat-ass CBD. Just big buds of CBD. Also, disclaimer. Remember I told you I took CBD the other day and like it was so high I forgot my mask in Whole Foods?
Yeah, it was weed.
Caught a bad batch. Yeah, that was not CBD.
Yeah, it was definitely weed.
Yeah.
That was weed. That was weed. Because I've had enough of it before where you feel it a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
Caught a hot batch, bro. Someone's trying to take me out.
The only experience I've had like that with CBD was that time you gave me a droplet thing. Mm-hmm. And I must have taken too much because my car got sideswiped.
Yeah.
And I walked out to it and I was like, well, that happens. Like I couldn't, like my car got destroyed. And I was like, all right. And got my car and drove it home without a side mirror. Anyway, I go to Mount Vernon. And first off, no one goes to this fucking thing. It was like Monday at like 2 p.m. I'm just by myself. And then I signed up for the tour. Actually, it was the 2 p.m. tour. I remember. And I just went in, and the tour was of the house, which, by the way, is like 3 fucking rooms. It sucked.
Yeah.
And you're not allowed to talk on the tour because of COVID. The lady who was giving me the tour was like, oh, and there's a restriction. We're not allowed to speak inside the house.
The fuck?
It's like, all right, well, this will be a pointless tour.
Yeah, you're not even a tour guide. I mean, I guess it's a physical tour guide.
Yeah. And it was just me and a family. We were the only ones on the tour. It was a mom, a dad, and their 2 kids that were very young. And the mom was like, I haven't been here since I was 13. I wanted to show my family. And it was just me in this exact outfit. I haven't been home.
Really?
Yeah.
You should have chimed in with some friendly banter, being like, you must have been a beautiful girl.
True.
Like, I'm sure you made a beautiful tattoo.
True.
I'm sure there's probably some comedians that would have really liked you. But I'm joshing, dude.
While we're standing out there, we're waiting. Fucking some fat lady acting like Martha Washington's wife comes up. It's just a fat reenactor lady.
She have a fat ass?
She did have a fat ass, but it was in one of those dresses, though.
Fat ass, dude.
It
Really?
was hidden in one of those things
Like
that go
those,
out. Yeah.
Cinderella stepsister dresses?
It was a Cinderella stepsister that gave us like the, oh, Mr. Washington's not here today, but I will talk to Literally, I had to sit there and be like,
Why? Where was G. Wash?
the general was out.
What?
Yeah, the general was out. He was beating up the fucking British because our country actually got that done. Sorry, your car bombs that killed a bunch of kids didn't get it done.
That's not.
We fought them like men.
That's not where I'm from. That's a very different part of Ireland.
All right. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry about it.
I didn't mean to disrespect the raw.
Listen, that war's not over, by the way.
Yeah.
That's only just begun.
I don't know what about it. When people are like, they talk about blowing up England, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
Of course.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Get
Such
them. Get them.
Everything I hear about the IRA, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, whenever bomb goes off in Yemen, I'm like, and like car bomb on England, I'm like,
just because you know they're up there like, oh, blimey. They're
not civilized.
Yeah.
Yeah. The English are bastards, except, dude, I'm a big fan of Rupert Sheldrake. He's an Englishman.
Who's that?
He's from the Midlands.
Who's that person?
He's a scientist. He's like one of the last true scientists, but he's just a scientist, dude. He fucking rules. He thinks the sun's conscious. So he has some good proof.
So he's wrong.
He thinks
What?
So he's a wrong person.
The sun is
He
alive.
said the sun could be. He just wants to open the discussion.
like Teletubbies or something.
This
where
is-
there's just
this
a big
is-
smiling.
This is why they used to execute people. I wish the church was still as
the
powerful.
anime-
Yeah,
It was
this is
actually
blasphemy
Like,
right now.
cut this guy's fucking head off.
Dude, I mean,
Crucifix right now.
this whole thing you guys have going on of like mechanistic materialism, it comes from
All right. then.
ancient
How many
religious-
times did you repeat that on the drive over?
I just listen to
He's
stuff.
just like, I gotta remember that. I gotta remember that.
No, I'm telling you, as it was coming out, I was like, it was like a turd coming out. I'm like, did I get the whole thing out?
Hit that 30-second rewind on the audible.
But no, he was like, dude, I watched one of his talks. He's talking about the science delusion. He's not against science. But he was saying a lot of it got hung up on dogma now, where he was like, a lot of the stuff they just kind of assume is based on just like old religious stuff of like the universe is infinite. And
Like these Waterloo cans could be.
No, this has to be a self-organizing system.
Okay.
The sun is
I
actually a
see.
self-organizing system.
Yeah.
This would
The
not be
water
conscious.
inside of it, though.
Very possible, yes.
Yeah.
Very possible. His idea, and he's like, I just want to talk about it, dude. He was like, the whole he was like coming up with all the main like foundational beliefs of science of like, energy's never created. He was like looked into it. He's like, I don't know if that's true because they just added like 25 million% of dark matter and dark energy out of nowhere. So he's like, well, what was that? So he's pretty good. He was talking about the how the speed of light changed as well. He's like, that changed like 3 or 4 times in physics all around the world. Different physicists came up with different speeds of light around the same time, and then it would settle back to another one. He asked the guy about it, and the guy was like, that's just a fluke. That's weird.
I don't know if it would be a fluke. Wouldn't it just be miscalculations?
No, because a bunch of people around the world got it, and then they'd be like, no, we're getting this now. I'm like, all right, we'll just change it.
Oh,
So they've
okay, I
changed
see.
the thing for the speed of light a bunch of times, and then, at least several times. And then the physicists are just like, we don't think about that.
Yeah.
So, but all he wants to say is like, maybe fucking matter's conscious. If we're made of matter and we're conscious, why, maybe other stuff is too. So maybe the sun's conscious, dude. Maybe each star is like a little cell. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm into that. For
But
me,
cells aren't conscious.
they comprise. The whole idea was like,
I guess you'd have to define consciousness.
that's all he wants to do, dude. No, he said, you guys double M's haven't done it yet. All high and mighty. Oh, it's like
Why'd you call us double M's?
mechanistic.
Yeah, I knew you tried to skip that word again. It's a good word. You deserve it.
You
It's a
nailed
good
it
word.
first.
I'd be fucking pumped to bring that to the table. I had that bitch Martha Washington.
That fat old ass,
that
dude.
fat bitch. I was praying to Christ she didn't talk to me because she was
Martha
like,
Wash?
yeah.
Should have tried to kiss her, bro.
It was so funny.
You should have tried to kiss her.
She was like, "Oh, I had children like these."
You should treat that place like Westworld, dude. Just try to fuck her.
She literally was like talking to these kids, the family. She's like, I know all about this, having a 2 and 4-year-old, how difficult that must be. My youngest, Danny, died of yellow fever. When he was I was sitting there like, oh, shit. You know George Washington didn't have any kids?
What?
He was a fucking stepdaddy.
He was a new dad?
He was new dad.
Oh,
I found a lot of like heartbreaking facts about. We'll get to him.
He probably beat the fuck out of that lady. He probably killed 2 of them.
Yeah,
General?
the general.
He probably came in and was like, dude, she's like, our dad's the president now. And he probably beat the fuck out of him.
Our dad invented a country and made up a title.
Yeah.
He's nuts.
Fuck, I didn't know he was
They probably thought he was like lying. He'd be like, I just got back from beating the world's biggest empire in war. This is our country now. They were like, our stepdad is
fucking nuts.
He's lying to us.
They didn't know anything, dude. He probably gave them like a piece of candy and they were like,
yeah, they had sweet treats.
did they?
I showed you the sweet treat factory in
Oh,
there.
I did see that, yeah. I did see that.
So Martha leaves us alone. Thank fucking God, dude. When just standing and watching a reenactor, thank God I wasn't like high or anything. It was enough. It was off-putting enough.
Did she have like a nice excuse as to what she had to do? I have to go
Yeah,
to the
she made
mill
up.
now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I have to do some mill
She really
work.
did. She was like, I must tend to the garden. You know, the general
Yeah.
loves his garden.
Yeah.
You should have studied up. I want
I
to
did.
study.
You fuck with him. It's great. You
Yeah,
gotta
you-
ask him facts. I was like, what color was his hair? And she was like, whoa. You gotta like hit him with like, what's
She's
his
like-
voice like?
She's looking at her phone
Yeah.
or something. She's like,
Exactly.
well,
I asked the tour guide a couple questions that she was like, that's a good question. And all the things are on the website. It's like, you didn't even talk during the tour. And you're 0 for 1 on questions. Oh, there was another one, dude. It was a fucking dark tour. She was like, you hear those cows? Because they got the exact cows they used to have and the sheep they used to have. Some type of fucking like red something. I forget what it was called. But they were mooing. And she was like, you can hear them screaming over there. You can hear them. She's like, it was a sad day. Again, keep in mind, this is with a 4-year-old. Like at the end of the tour, you sit on rocking chairs out back that overlooks the mighty Potomac.
Ooh,
So that part ruled.
that's awesome.
George Washington had a sick back porch. But
okay.
you sit there. Okay.
I'm taking
I've
this.
never heard someone be like, all right, dude, get through
No.
this. Okay.
I'm getting this out. This is all for
But we're sitting in
first
a
time.
rocking chair,
Yeah.
just sitting out back, and then there's a tour guide standing. It's me, one chair, and then a family. And the tour guide was like, those cows are mooing because they just gave birth today. And it was like, oh, nice. And she's like, and we sold the calves, so they're sad. I was like, oh.
Those aren't moos of joy.
Yeah, and the lady was like, the mom was like, where did they go to like a different museum? And the tour guide was like, no, we sold them. We don't know where they go. I was just like,
nah,
whoa.
What was the dad up to the whole
That's
time?
veal.
He was quiet.
Was he?
He was on. This was definitely his bitch's field trip. Was
Was
like,
it
I went
really?
when I was in 5th grade. We should take the kids.
yeah.
It was a nightmare. I'll never go back to Mount Vernon.
Did you pal up with the dad at all? Be like, what's up, bro?
We had some silent nods in
Did
the
you?
house because
Just a
they
couple
were
of-
in front of me.
Yeah.
And I would have to just stand in the room until they wanted to move on.
Yeah.
So I just had to stand there until they're done. He was taking fucking pictures of like the wallpaper.
Really?
I was kind of looking at him like, dude,
Fuck you.
fucking. But you couldn't talk. So then they'd start walking. I'd be like, you know, that whole fucking like,
Yeah, just
Yeah, like just acknowledge
just
each
over and
other.
over again. Like, and then I got in front of them somehow.
Nice.
So I had to like,
Pole position.
yeah, I took pole position and we went into a hall. No, I took the lead.
Hell yeah, dude.
But
you should have started guiding the tour. I'm like, fuck this shit. This
Yeah.
lady doesn't know a goddamn
Yeah.
thing. Didn't even know the color of his goddamn hair, dude.
it was red.
Yeah, George Washington had red
He's a
cornrows.
fucking
dude.
ginger, dude. Gardini,
ginger?
don't fucking toss the hand up, you bum. Gardini's a wop. I don't know if you could tell.
Sean.
True.
Misleading name.
Irish and Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which do you associate more?
The Italians, baby. I'm a Guido at heart.
What? No, that's a
Would you let him into your country if you were back at home?
yeah.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
What about? Oh shit! What about that one? That next
you,
to
that
boy
one,
next to him.
you, it's not as fast as him, but you can certainly. I feel like you could get in. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would stand out in high school.
I was there. I did stand out.
You did, yeah.
Oh, you went to Ireland, Noah?
I've been to Ireland.
Where'd you go?
Yeah, I was in Dublin. I
Nice.
stayed on Camden Street.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Above
time.
a bookstore.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. I don't know.
The only place I've never been. Of all the places in Dublin for me to not know. Yeah, could be.
Hell yeah.
So here's where this tale of my visit to Mount Vernon takes a harrowing turn. So I a lot of slave talk on this tour.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to check out where the slaves lived.
You should have confronted them immediately about it. Like, where this? Like, please.
They took us to the kitchen, George Washington's kitchen, which had 2 slaves working at all times, same 2, and they worked 4 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, just
Damn.
in a kitchen.
4 a.m. to 9 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how they got that. Well, I guess they have ledgers and shit.
Oh, yeah, they definitely knew.
And then the lady was like, and this was their refrigerator, which was just like a hole in the ground. And then they were like, and this would be this room. This room was basically like a modern day dishwasher. They would put their used dishes, and it was just clearly just 2 slaves were in there. They're like, look at this dishwasher.
Yeah.
It's like, you mean those 2 humans that washed your plates every day? But yeah, then I went out. The tour was over. Didn't say goodbye to either of them.
Yeah.
The family or the lady. I was just went about. I wanted to see the slave quarters. I wanted to see where they lived.
Mm.
Not great.
Really?
Not great. George didn't hook them up too well. But even inside the mansion, it sucked.
You need a
So it's not like-
You need a first-hand account of how bad it was.
I did, yeah, I saw.
You had the tweet ready.
Oh yeah, I had the not that bad. Fired up.
Just get over it.
Yeah.
But you saw the quarters and they were cramped.
I saw the cramped quarters, and I knew.
And you're like-
maybe it might have been bad.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
give them an ounce. But here's where things took an ugly turn.
Okay.
A man approached from behind. I could hear the clacking of his shoes. I was by myself. I was on this totally isolated. No one's around, and I hear, "How you doing there, sir?" I'm not fucking kidding, dude. It was
to be on a horse, I think?
it was a slave reenactor.
Oh, nice.
While I'm standing looking at these old shitty bunk beds, just like thinking to myself, like, "Oh, this is terrible. This is so bad." And then this like 30-year-old black dude from DC is behind me, and he's like, "How you doing there, massa?" And I was just like, "Oh no, dude!" And I turn around. He's like, "My name's Billy Ray. I've been part of the plantation here for this long."
What if it was like a black couple looking through? Do you think he would be like, "Y'all better get out of here"?
True. I mean, he kind of stayed in character. He
Y'all
would've
the
been
free
like,
folk?
"Fuck y'all doing wearing that?" Massa C gonna whoop your ass for that. Dude, he started hitting me. He hit me.
That's crazy. Did you ask where they were? Or did you just excuse yourself and find them?
It wasn't the
Where's your
biggest.
slave quarters?
Yeah, I was like, "Where are the slaves?" The whole tour. They were like, "Shh, no talking in the house." I was like, "Where the fuck are the slaves?" Where'd you put them?
So this guy was on his lunch break or something, and he saw you. And went, "Oh fuck, I gotta slave. I've got to
definitely.
slave up." And went, "Oh yeah, Mr. Mess." Oh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, man, that's uncomfortable.
What would happen if you had just said, "What did you just say to me, boy?" Yeah, and he
I know.
If you had just doubled down on it and
Hopped
go,
into
"Don't look
character-
at me.
hopped
You
into-
eyeballing me."
Get back to
You
work.
could convince to be like, "I'm actually George Washington. It's my first day."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kick his
yeah,
butt.
yeah.
You think they see each other? And like, when George is there, I can't believe, first of all, I want my money back. Like, you're telling me George Washington's not in his house? I'm here for the George. You shouldn't like, no offense. I didn't come here to see Martha Washington's
Yeah, I didn't come
house,
here to see
lady.
Martha and a fucking slave.
Yeah.
Came here to see George, dude.
Not even any relevant slave, just another.
No, he was a pretty relevant slave.
Yeah,
he was a come on, man.
Yeah, dude, come on.
He was a very relevant slave. He was the
famous slave.
brother of George Washington's assistant. George Washington just had a slave with him at all times.
His right
Boy.
hand.
Yeah, his bro.
Oh.
I didn't want to say his boy.
His bruh.
His bruh.
Okay.
That's where the term bruh comes from.
Yeah, that was George Washington. They'd be like, "Who's this?" And he'd be like, "This is my bruh." I'm not gonna call him that. He's my bruh.
So
But yeah,
he approached.
dude, guy hit me with a 10 minutes of just me standing back against this brick wall. Literally, the slave quarters entrance was right next to me. he just stood there and just fucking hammered me. He's like, day up till, sun up, sun down. We out here working, and it's tough having kids. They take our children. Like all this shit. I was just like, oh my God, dude. And then finally I was like,
My wife's pregnant.
I gotta ask him a
not
question.
mine.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of that. I had to ask him. He was like, in the general sure does love us being tidy. He's up at 6 a.m. for breakfast, all that shit. And I was like, is the general nice? Which immediately this guy was like, he was a plantation owner. I was just like, oh shit, dude. Like, I'm sorry.
Is he a great character?
No, he was like, well, kind of for his answer.
Wow.
Because, you'd imagine a slave back then, if a white man was like, is George Washington nice? He'd be like, oh, I love him.
Yeah.
But he was like, he's about, I wouldn't use that word to describe any plantation owners. And I was just like, yeah, dude, obviously.
Oh, it's so funny.
I'm not trying to.
That was your quest. You were like, I'd have to know if G. Wash was nice.
Yeah, well, I wasn't interested. I wanted to hear it.
As slave owners go.
I should have said that.
It's a tough qualifier, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like, I get the whole thing of selling your children, okay, but
yeah,
was he pleasant? Did he say good morning? That's all I want to know. That's all I want to fucking know.
This guy just had like his hat off in his hand while he's talking to you. The whole
he had like
time,
a
just so
pilgrim
that-
hat
Oh.
and like a British military. He looked.
Oh.
I hate to use the word, but you ever see like a lawn jockey? That's what those things are called. Yeah. He was dressed like that.
Yeah. He was dressed like a slave.
Yeah.
Was he?
Not like slave, like a loose white blouse.
That's
Yeah,
what
I was
that
imagining
stuff.
kinda
No,
like
it
a
was like
slave
a
toga type
jacket,
thing.
Okay.
like a red
He
jacket.
was buttoned up.
Yeah,
He was Samuel L.
It was a house.
he was. Yes,
a
he
house
was.
slave.
Don't even get close to it, dude. How dare you?
Listen, this is your history, not mine. All right? All right? We were too busy
What?
just not owning anything. No, we didn't even own
You
that.
guys are busy losing to the British.
Okay. All right. Were you there? Did you fight?
Nah.
Well, you just said it was our history. Now you want to change the rules?
Yeah, my squad set sails. They're like, this is fucking tap.
Yeah,
dude.
we're done being fucking.
Yeah, the
pussies.
English
Time to
were
move
like,
to
you got to
America.
put your masks on, Ireland. My squad was like, fuck that shit,
Yeah.
dude. I'm out of here.
I'm going to Delaware, where shit's gonna be sick. Immediately, just killed by Indians. But yeah, that was it. And then when then I went to the museum part of it, it was pretty cool. You walk through it and you hear how you hear about his life. He was like,
How'd you say bye to the guy? Were you like, well,
I was trying so like, I gave him all the physical cues that I was done. Like I was like, okay, like
Were you
thank
even kind
you.
of like just like looking around, going like,
I was
you really,
looking around.
dude,
I know.
I'm not gonna rat you out if you don't want to play this character right now.
Dude, I've never, and
Sure.
I was just looking at him being like, this is like a 30-year-old guy.
yeah. But if you were to be like, hey man, you don't have to do that, then you'd be uncomfortable.
You just gotta ride that. You gotta ride that storm. I
I wonder if you showed up in costume, do you think you could breach the grounds and
Yes.
just be a different like character and be like,
Yes.
I'm actually George Washington's cousin?
You definitely could. Although the other reenactors would snuff you out, dude. They would fucking suss you out.
Really?
Definitely.
That'd be
They'd
awesome.
hit you with some questions. They'd be like, what year did the manor switch to stone walls? You'd be like, 19. 19. Ah, fuck.
Oh, dude, that'd be so funny.
But,
Or just laying there and be like, ah, ah. Like, who's that guy? Like, I actually don't
I got
know.
the mumps.
Is General Washington here?
I send my regards from Norfolk. I got some slaves to sell. Just have an auction.
Oh, that'd be horrible.
That'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially, yeah. But yeah, the museum, you just walk through and it's facts about him and shit like that. And you literally learn about how great he was the whole time. The whole museum is a hallway of how incredible this guy was, how fortitude and his moral character. And then at the end, they show you his teeth, his actual dentures. And then like you read it and it's like, these were slave teeth. It's like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, man.
It was like slave teeth and cow teeth. His like front teeth were like long cow teeth.
Jesus.
And then human teeth attached to it on a lead denture. So he was definitely just ingesting. He had lead poisoning for sure. So George Washington was like a 6'3", definitely retarded man with slave teeth. Like, and then every account of him was like he never said too much. He was a man of few words, and just them being like, George, do you want to be president? He's like, yeah. All right, fine.
I don't know anything about the guy other than he like crossed to Delaware or something.
Yeah, that was him being a retarded general.
Yeah, he crossed.
Paid off. All his men were like, we're starving and freezing. And he's like, charge.
Let's go.
We got to kill him.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, it made me laugh.
Yeah, that
Not
was
here, though. The laughter didn't carry over.
when I found
I
out
like it a lot.
that George Watt, like that time of like time frame, they would be like ripping teeth out of people to like pop them in their own head on the battlefield. That pumped me up. I was like, that's
On the
pretty
battlefield?
They used to rip. Yeah, the soldiers used to rip teeth out of people's head. If someone was dead, they would just go pop their teeth out and sell them as
They'd have,
dentures.
they'd have,
Oh,
they'd have a
shit.
look and see if they have any good ones.
Yeah, that was common back
Give me
then.
that one.
You either didn't. If you had other people's teeth in your mouth, you were killing it. Mostly, you would just have like no teeth.
Yeah.
That was like people would just be like, like now, like when people get older, like, oh, I got fat and bald or whatever. Now it's like,
You got your chompers.
yeah, it's like, dude, he's got a full fucking set of
And
teeth.
he used to
dude.
brush his teeth. He still lost them.
Did he really?
Yeah.
What did he
Well,
brush them
what
with?
they brush?
Probably
Yeah,
like slaves' hair.
yeah.
The brush was made out of somebody's tibia.
So apparently, allegedly, my my pop up on my mom's side used to take soot out of the chimney and just rub it on his teeth. He claims that works.
There's charcoal toothpaste. I don't know if that has.
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, it's probably the original.
I don't know if he was fucking with us, but he'd be like, yeah, I just get soot out of the chimney and scrub it on my teeth.
Mm.
So that's what's up. I'm pretty sure he had like a toothbrush and shit, but that's how he used to hold it. That's how he held it down. He used to tell us like, yeah, dude, I just rub that shit on my teeth.
Yeah,
Fine.
don't mind that Colgate shit. That's fucking
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, this is Colgate.
nice. I like it.
Come on.
Yeah.
You learn a lot at Mount Vernon.
Well, it's funny people when they brush their teeth. A lot of people brush their teeth at a time that has nothing to do with actually cleaning their teeth. A lot of people brush their teeth as soon as they wake up, which is it's like you brush your teeth when you
Yeah,
wake
that's
up.
for your breath.
It's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
more of a flavor experience. You want to just change the flavor of your mouth, and you scarf down breakfast and just be like,
Oh, it tastes terrible.
just go out in the world. And you're like,
True.
the point of brushing your teeth is to clean the food off them.
Yeah,
weird.
among other things, yeah.
Most people don't. I don't brush my teeth when I wake up.
I know.
I wake up.
I've been on the other side of that.
Come on, dude.
What?
Come on, you lying on me.
I'm not. Everybody's had bad breath. I know.
You're saying you caught me in the morning. You're like, damn, this guy didn't brush his teeth.
Yeah, we've covered this like 10 times
What?
on the podcast.
Did we really?
Everyone has bad breath though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
gotta-
get morning breath. That's why you have to brush your teeth in the morning.
Nah, dude.
Morning breath is atrocious.
I do my whole day, and then as soon as I'm ready to go somewhere after eating, and then I brush my teeth.
I mean,
What
Yeah.
if you like don't leave the house?
I don't brush my fucking teeth.
Yeah, I'm like in the same. I'm in
Then
the
I
same
go to
boat.
bed until I'll catch myself like 1 p.m. I'll just go.
Yeah.
I'll have 2 meals
yes.
down the hatch, and I'll go.
I'm like that.
It's time to brush the chomps.
Yeah.
I brush my teeth at like 1, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
My teeth definitely started needing it once I started drinking coffee constantly.
Oh yeah.
Before that, I never really got that whole. I mean, I'm sure my breath was atrocious, but
I have never
The
had
coffee.
any qualms about your breath. I'm not
Thank
being
you.
passive aggressive. I've just
no. You've
I've
had
always
bad
thought you
breath.
had pleasant breath.
Well, I brush my teeth in the morning. I have morning breath is crazy.
Your breath is never
That's
offended
why I
me
like
once.
can't have sex in the morning because I know how bad my breath is.
Yeah, you just got to go in for the kiss.
You just gotta.
It's a morning, just
full
a
kinda-
full morning kiss, dude.
Which is
You're
crazy because I don't mind the lady's breath ever,
like,
really.
Yeah,
I've never had
You just-
hooked up with a lady with horrible breath.
in the morning.
Yeah. Nothing I couldn't get past.
True.
Of course.
I've taken down some tough breath.
Have you
Tough
ever had
breath.
sex with someone? The both of you have bad breath, and you're like, all right, we know we have bad breath. but
Yeah.
let's get
that's
this done. Head,
Acknowledged every morning.
head over the shoulder.
Yeah.
And yeah.
We're going to do it from behind.
Yeah,
A special treat.
or
But
missionary.
at that,
missionary.
at that much effort, you might as well just go to the bathroom and brush your teeth.
True.
At that point,
I'm
you're halfway
becoming-
there nearly.
I'm becoming an awfully lazy lover, dude.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, of
yeah.
course.
Just an absolute decadent lover, dude.
Absolute.
Yeah.
Just-
I got like one position in the bank anymore.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I'm done.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm done trying.
Dude, I'm telling you, the best position is woman on the bed, you standing.
True.
That's the best. That's
Nice one, but I'm tall, so I got to really fucking crunch.
Yeah.
It starts burning the thighs.
Yeah, you
True. I have, dude.
Get on the back of your leg.
In my room, there's my bed, and then there's like a little wall that's the perfect distance that I can get like a starter block where I can basically like have the entire wall supporting me where I'm pushing off the baseboard.
Damn. See,
It's-
I have like
it's
a
the
rug.
best. Yeah, dude.
I have a tall bed. Actually, my bed in New York is perfect for it.
Is
But
it
I have
really?
a rug underneath it, so my feet are sliding.
Do you have socks on?
I tend to fuck in socks. Yes.
Kick your socks off. You need your
I know,
bare
I kn-
feet. Dude, my feet.
bit of
Imagine
weight,
this.
bit
You're
of
on this
powder or
table.
something.
You're on this table.
Get
Dude,
powdered up.
you're on this
LeBron
table.
James it.
I'm here. My feet are, see the feet on the baseboard? just full thrust, and it's constant.
Wow.
It's
For those of
crazy.
you at home, his foot is like that against the baseboard.
It's crazy,
like
dude.
a sprinter. Like
I'm
you
about
know,
to take off.
like
I-
you lock it in with the straps.
The whole time until I don't feel confident sexually until I get to my standing foot
it?
on the baseboard, dude.
I'd
Until
love-
then, it's just foreplay.
Also, my mattress in New York is terrible. It's one of those foam mattresses.
Ooh,
You get no leverage.
one of those that ones just absorb cum.
It's literally, it absorbs both of us in the bed.
Really?
And it's tough to move.
Really?
It's like quicksand.
Ah,
Now, meanwhile, you can fuck on the floor.
true.
That's good fucking. You ever have sex on the floor?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, probably back home.
That was. I don't know what that means. I was
you
about to say
say
yeah.
your country's poor.
Okay,
Yeah.
we have no beds.
You say you're
Oh,
poor.
yeah.
You have no furniture. We haven't any furniture. The British keep taking our
That's
couches.
the English.
Wait, Matt, don't fuck it on the bed.
That's why the English
We're all sharing a
claim
bed.
that's the reason the English claim they went and gave Ireland what for is because they said everyone was like fucking everyone.
Yeah,
They walked through and like the cousins were like fucking each other, brothers and sisters, and the English were like, this is fucking bullshit.
yeah. And eating them.
Yeah. Eating
Remember
each
the
other.
fucking...
dude.
Yeah.
What? It's a bit of
I
Irish
did the
cannibalism?
hardcore history thing, and it was like accounts through history of Ireland. Every single, like the Romans, everybody that's tried to go to Ireland has been like, these people are fucking savages, dude.
Just leave them.
No one would conquer Ireland because everyone was like, this place sucks.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
don't even go.
Yeah, there was a big thing.
They were eating people. They
there
were
was
fucking their own moms.
there's
That
a-
was the big thing.
There was a big thing with the Romans. Like, got to Ireland, they were like, let's just fucking. Who
No.
wants this shit? You can't even renovate this.
Yeah.
Fuck this.
Well, I
And
think
we're all like, yeah.
We
Just
fucking
like
did
this.
it.
I think the Celts didn't the Celts conquer Rome for like a week. I think
Huh?
the Celts conquered Rome for like a week.
Really?
Yeah, I think they stormed the capital. I think they basically stormed the capital, put their feet up, and then eventually the Romans were like, "All right, let's get them the fuck out of
I
here."
know. I vaguely remember that hardcore history about that, where like the Celts were like considered stylish for
Yes.
the Romans,
Yeah.
so they would like start dressing like Celts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, the Celts would apparently deck their swords. They would spend like all their time making sure they looked cool as fuck, and then ride into battle, and that was it. That was the only plan. Like, dude, we're gonna look cool as fuck.
We're gonna look fucking sick, dude.
What they even look? They're just looking at it like a.
Well, they would like their
pawn?
weapons would have like these ornate fucking designs on. There was all these things they did to like swords and
Yeah,
metal.
they had like the color blue.
yeah,
No one
Like, everyone else was like, "Holy shit, what's that?"
They're like the sky.
We've got blue.
Yeah, their armor just looked cool as
Yeah.
fuck, and they would just like go in and just crush people, and then then there
What are
would
you
be,
It's just so funny, just putting together like color coordinate.
Yeah.
it was just it was like a those
got my
like Lord of the-
sandals matching my armor here.
those like Lord of the Rings, just like like two people going together. It was just like 100,000 Conor McGregor's, dude, just coming
Yeah.
at you, like I'm the best.
Little
And you're
dicky
like,
bows and shit. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and then just a bunch of wops with shields, just like, no, you get the back, get the back from here. Then a bunch of Irish people in the woods, like, we're gonna get ya. You will not get us.
You're not even jacked. Yeah, it was just fucking. That's funny. I was imagining like Jersey Shore versus like just Irish people. Like, whoa, whoa, whoa!
It's literally the Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
There's a bunch of wops and Irish people, like drunk Irish guys coming out of like a dark bar. Yeah,
damn, dude, the world
Just a
was
bunch of
conquered
good-
by the Jersey Shore for like a while.
a long time.
Yeah, that's pretty tight.
It is pretty tight. What a sad.
It was just gym tan and laundry throughout the world. Almost the whole world was almost gym tan laundry
Italy's never done shit
since then.
since. Well, the Renaissance, but
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
just
true.
think of devolving that hard from like Julius Caesar to the situation.
dude.
There's a long timeline.
Did you ever look into? I mean, it was like a thing that just got thrown to me on my YouTube algorithm. But the requirements for Roman soldiers, there was like someone did a video on like what they actually like were looking for, and they were saying the fall of Rome. And again, I don't know if this is a chicken or egg thing. Was very much aligned with when they started to kind of like let go of like their
Gender?
strict.
They
No, I
let,
don't think-
yeah,
I just heard that.
Really?
they let
Yeah.
chicks in and
Well, I think they stopped letting. I didn't get to that part, but they were just saying like they used to have like, they tried to find people. It's
This
funny.
is great.
Think about
Here's some women's history for you.
Yeah.
Here's women's history month.
True, it
yeah,
is
they
women's
crumbled
month.
an empire.
they let women in the army.
No.
I don't know.
So what do they let? What do they let them be like the president or something? What happened?
No, I was saying, I just was listening. I think it might have been on Rogies a while ago. Someone was talking about like civilizations tend to crumble when they all start focusing on shit like gender.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Like once they get powerful enough for guys to be like, I'm actually a woman.
Yeah,
in come the Conor McGregors out of the woods. Just
Yeah,
like, we're going to
dude.
cut your fucking heads off.
Yeah, then there's
they
people-
have furniture.
Well, you're thinking about like you're like, what does a penis
like the floor, but-
really mean? And some
Yeah.
guy's like, there's food.
Yeah.
Get it? And you're like, oh, stop.
Yeah.
Ah,
You guys are being fucking uncool.
we love you guys. Remember, we didn't want to put you in the fucking
We
camps.
dress like you guys. I've been stealing your culture.
But yeah, they were saying that the Roman army would look for people in the country because they're like the people in the country live off the land. They can go without food for a long period. Like they're already kind of halfway trained.
Yeah.
But with city folk, they would take you like super far away. So like that way you couldn't go back to where you wouldn't know where the fuck you were.
Yeah.
And they would try to train them. And then they did a thing where like if you could read, that would like you would become like a legion or something. You'd be on the track to be like, I think a legion was someone who
Legionnaire.
like 80 people or something. And then they got greedy and they wanted more and more people, so they started being like, "You're good, get in." And they started. That was like towards
Started
the
letting the fats in. The fats were up front. Like, I forget the fucking. I couldn't remember. It was the one thing from that star party I went to that I wanted to remember. It was the guy was like, if you look at the moon and then whatever star was next to it, if you could see that, you passed the Roman military.
Really?
That was their seeing test, their eye test.
Mm,
Yeah, it was pretty sick.
that's pretty tight.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fuck yeah.
Nice.
yeah.
But yeah, did you ever fuck with the wall of death? I mean, it just reminds me when people are like rushing each other like that in a movie scene. Did you ever fuck with like? Did you ever get into like studying mosh pits at all?
Like 2 weeks ago, I was watching a bunch of them.
Did you
on
ever see the
YouTube.
wall of death?
Is that the outdoor?
It's when they're outside. I think
like
different
daylight.
different bands do this. You're like,
Separate everyone.
you're like, hey, you get over there and you get
Yeah.
over there, and they just fucking rush each other. Just,
Yes.
just I don't know why people do this, but they go. It's like always a dusty, shitty field.
It's just 10,000 Shaners.
Yep.
10,000 Ryan Shaners. And then like girls with thigh tattoos. Noah has a thigh tattoo.
No,
You have two? What are they?
Cowboy and Indian.
Fuck, that rules.
Nice.
All right.
Can't hate on that,
Damn it, it's cool.
dude. When you stand naked before your lover, how do you feel? Like, how do they feel when you reveal?
Do you want the cowboy or the Indian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I say. I feel pretty powerful. It's pretty nice.
Oh, because you are like kind of a cowboy in an Indian.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whoa.
Did you get a 23andMe? Are you sure? Or did your grandpa lie? Because that's happened to a lot of people.
No,
True.
my
A
A
dad
lot of grandmas.
lied.
A lot of grandmas lie.
Pocahontas.
We're pretty sure my dad lied about it. We're pretty sure my dad was lied to about it. My mom wants to get a 23andMe, but she doesn't want to upset him.
Everybody lies about being
Well,
an
Noah,
Indian.
you could get it right now.
I don't want
Well,
to.
keep it quiet.
That would ruin that Indian tattoo.
It wouldn't. It's still sick.
True.
It's still
Yeah,
sick.
it still rules.
What's
dude.
the Indian doing in the tattoo?
He has a spear throwing it at the cowboy, and the cowboy has a revolver shooting at the Indian.
And your dick's in the middle. Maybe they're not throwing it at each other. Maybe they're fighting your dong. Maybe your dong is like Cowboys and Aliens. You ever see that?
I have
Maybe
seen
it's
that.
an alien creature they've never seen.
Maybe they're fighting for my dong.
True.
It's your tattoo. You can interpret
trophy.
how you feel. But
Dude, that's fucking sick, dude. How do girls feel about
Thank
that
you.
when you're naked and you're just like, what's good?
My girlfriend likes it.
Does she really?
Yeah, she thinks
I
it's
could
pretty
use a
sick.
good
Which-
distraction.
Have you ever jizzed? Have you ever jizzed on either the cowboy or the Indian? Or which side would you jizz on if you had to? I mean, it's pretty tough to jizz on your thighs, but
Yeah, I'm sure I have at one point, but like my dick like leans to the right. So
Your
probably
dick,
on
your
the
dick
right.
likes the cowboy.
Yeah, dick likes
Oh,
cowboy.
wow.
damn, if you jizzed on the Indian, it would just smear it across its face. Like
True.
blood.
Yeah.
Just go into battle. That's a sick
Nice.
tattoo. Do you have any cool tattoos, Sean?
No tattoos.
Nice. I respect that as
That's the
well.
way to be. You don't have any, do you?
Yeah, I got
What do you got?
bad tattoo on my.
Yes. What do you have? Yeah.
I got a bad tattoo on my chest.
Well, let's see.
What is it?
Do you want to see it?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, no.
Carpe diem.
diem?
Seize the day.
Fuck.
Seize the day,
Yeah,
dude.
I know.
That's great.
I know. Yeah, it's horrific.
That thing's sick, dude.
I at the time I was like,
Come on,
I
dude.
know. Oh yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Something about there's a snake.
Snake in the desert, bro.
Snake in the desert.
Snake in the desert. Don't tread on me. Try to get covered. Couldn't cover those words. They
Was
popped
it?
right
Don't
through.
tread on me. And you got a cover up of the desert. on it?
Yeah.
You covered up in sand, like.
Yeah, I tried to just dust some sand over. I just went to a place and I was like, just cover it. And they're like, we'll do a thing. I'm like, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah.
And then it was just a cartoonish desert sunset. So I
Wow.
have a.
Were you excited about it at first? Were you like,
The
oh,
tattoo?
nice? No, the desert when they tried to cover it up. Or were you
As
instantly
soon as
like,
I saw it, I went, fuck.
Wow. Yeah.
That was just a lesson in not thinking things through.
pretty serious lesson.
2 in a row. I
Yeah.
didn't think the first tattoo
first
through.
reckless,
I'm
you
like,
go,
oh, dude, I woke up the
Fool
next
me
morning.
once.
I went, fuck, I hate this. Immediately, I'm like, I don't like this. Then like 2 months later, I'm like, whatever, just put something on it, just cover it up. And then I looked, I'm like, fuck, I should have planned that out.
Wow.
And now it's like,
Now it's great.
I could get it. Yeah, exactly. Brittany's like, I always like when I'm in the swim lessons with Maya, I'm like, I forget I have this fucking insane tattoo on my arm. And I don't really care, but I'm also like, she's like, well, just get it covered up. I'm like,
No.
can't, dude. It's a piece of history, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It
Piece
is.
of history.
It's good to let. It's also a good warning sign for the other dads at the pool.
I mean,
Like,
dude,
legit, don't. This guy is capable of retarded choices.
it's true.
He may be willing to risk it all right now.
That's true, though. I kind of stand by it, man. 'Cause
It is.
It is weird coming in contact with other, like, I mean, the dudes in swim class have been pretty cool. But the, dude, I walk by, there's a park near my house, and I was talking to, I was talking to my brother about this recently. Like, dude, I've seen, and it was funny because he brought it to my attention. This was something I thought only I noticed. I've seen a lot of, like, young, publicly overwhelmed dads at, like, parks, and it's the fucking
You
worst.
told me about these guys.
Oh, my
the liberal
God.
dads
They are. They're low-T liberal dads, dude. And it's
Yeah.
like, you talked about this before. Like, that would suck.
have an MSNBC dad.
Dude, it's like, at least I dealt with the problems of having a high-T dad, which it kind of ruled, like, if you think
Yeah.
about it, because it's like, fucking, they just, like, love beer, and they might get pissed and fucking jack you up. But having a dad just being like,
Your
Yeah.
rules. Yeah.
I can't even. I'd be like, fuck, dude. Fucking jack me up, dude.
Can you imagine
Hit me,
your dad on Twitter?
Oh.
Is
Yeah,
this
like,
funny?
having
Is
a
this
dad,
funny, son?
If my dad tried to educate me in anything, I was just like give
Yeah.
me the shivers or something.
having a
Trying to
dad that
imagine
doesn't
it,
think
you know?
Twitter's gay would be tough, dude. Being like,
Yeah.
Actually, my dad did try Twitter.
did he really?
Yeah, remember that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he
He
did.
tweeted at one of his high school girl female players. It was like she went to college. He coaches girls basketball. Very high T. Very high T.
Very high
It's
T.
the highest T possible.
It's on the board.
Dangerously high T. But one of the girls went to college and she tweeted like a picture of her dog and was like, "I'll miss you." And my dad had no idea what Twitter was or
Yeah.
how it worked. So he thought she was tweeting that at him.
Oh,
He was like, "I'll miss you too."
He just thought it was his inbox. He thought someone slid in his
Yeah.
DMs, dude.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, well, that's weird, but
Not only
all
rude.
right, I guess I miss you
It was
too."
probably four vodka sodas deep, dude.
Mm.
She was great. She's good. I'm gonna miss her. She's a good girl. She
Just
was
turning
a good
down
girl.
fucking Fox for 2 seconds. Like, I gotta come up with something good. I miss you too.
Damn, if Phil started tweeting jokes, that would be the
Oh,
best.
dude, that'd be awesome.
Oh, it'd be
you gotta
so
get him
good.
back on Twitter.
He's been on my ass for this mustache.
What about it?
What do you think?
He wants you to shave it up.
Yeah.
What's his problem?
He's like, "What's this? What's this little? What's that on your
Yeah,
lips?"
dads get whacked,
He gets
man.
so mad.
If you wear like a new thing or something, it
He
fucks him up.
fucking hates my tracksuit.
What's his problem?
Hates it.
What's his
He's
problem?
like, "What the fuck? What are you doing?"
What is
Yeah, I
it?
don't know. He doesn't know exactly. I don't think he understands exactly what his problem is. But if he sees his son in a totally matching outfit, he's like, "What's going on here? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? What are you doing?" He's just
dude.
sitting there doing a Sudoku.
Now imagine if you had a dad who was like, and then you showed up the next day and he's wearing the exact same thing.
Ugh.
Like, I'd be like, oh fuck,
True.
dude. You walk by these guys and they're like, Skylar, could you not? And they like pull their phone back out and they're like,
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
dude, what the fuck? I'm like, oh man, I can't wait till Maya can like walk and move around, dude.
Show you how to yell at a kid.
Yeah, man. I might fucking grip their kids up and be like, look, your dad's a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
I'm
Trying
gonna
to help
fuck
you.
you up.
Oh my God. That's hurting me. to
It's
hear.
dude, it's you like I'm
Could
just
you stop?
I'm walking my dog like really? I'm like,
Oh, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing today.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my God.
it's tough, dude.
Maybe they're just gay.
What
No,
are,
I'm
They're
telling you.
adopting.
what are the kids even?
I'm telling
Just, like pissing their pants and they're like,
No,
oh
they're
really?
just, like,
You don't piss
come
your
like
pants?
come
Oh really?
here.
Great.
Yeah, like Trustin, please,
Yeah.
or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Trustin, I'm not gonna say it
River.
again. Yeah.
River.
Liverpool.
Carpe diem.
Oh,
Carpe.
CD?
And I've seen enough of them. My brother was like, 'cause I like walk by it with my dogs, and I'm always like, motherfucker. And then my brother was at Sky Zone, and he said there were a bunch of them there, not hitting the tramp, trying to act too cool for it. And he was just like, dude, they were just all like, and he's like, dude, I'm on the tramp going sky high.
I mean, I would be too cool for the tramp.
I'd be going sky high.
I can't be seen on a
It's
tramp.
one thing to like chill on the sideline. He said these dudes were just kind of like sour pussing. It's like,
Yeah,
bro, she gotta be fucking like.
They're kind of acting the way I would act when my mom would take me to the mall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You
but
know,
yeah, exactly.
or like a lady takes you to the room, like,
you're like,
she's
"No,
in the
I'm gonna
dressing
sit
room,
here."
and you sit in the chair, just like, can't believe I'm at the mall.
Yeah, dude.
I'm at the mall.
Yeah, it's like don't go, dude.
I told you I'm nuts, dude. I went to the mall again.
Did you go?
I went yesterday.
How did you go in?
I was in for 4 minutes,
What?
dude. I don't know what's going on.
Why you go to the mall? And
I
leave?
have something's fucked up.
You need to buy
Mentally.
something and you can't.
No, I like just drive to the mall, and then I get out and go into the mall,
leave.
and I get there and I'm like, I hate it in here, and I do it every time I'm home.
But you think you need something, or you
I
just
don't
like
even really. I'm
That's a
like,
good
I'm gonna
question.
go
like I just
look
don't know.
for.
Like, is this just like a subconscious
going to
thing?
hang.
You
No,
just-
it's not like I'm waking up there, but it is.
you zone it.
It kind of is. It's like
Come to.
I was talking to Matt on the phone while I was like, I'm in the mall parking lot, and I was like,
Yeah.
something's wrong. Like I'm gonna go in and not buy anything,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what I did. I walked in. I get uncomfortable in there.
You really?
That was your
That was a
stomach. I
burp. That was a loud burp.
dude.
This is a big burp. You get
Yeah, I don't
uncomfortable in
want
the
to. I don't
mall?
want to delve into this much further now.
That's
now
what
that
happened to
I'm
me.
realizing I sound like a
But no,
fucking
but-
lunatic.
No, dude.
Well, I do the same thing, but I go for something and then I don't
Well,
find
I
it. I
kinda-
don't
yeah.
find it a
It's like I
minute
wanna
in and go,
yeah.
I'll just fucking, I'm not cutting it. I'm just
Yeah.
not going to cut it. And then
Yeah.
I don't need
I'll
a
go
knife.
in. I'll be like, I'm gonna take a look at the sneakers or the
Yeah.
shoes, see if there's
Oh,
anything
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And I'll look for the tracksuits, and then it's all. I'm like, I can't buy this. I can't.
Yeah, you're second
And
guessing
then I
yourself,
leave
dude.
immediately.
You're second guessing yourself.
Why you-
Well,
You're
the
in the same-
tracksuits these
that's why
days
you-
are. Yeah, I'm wearing.
That's why you've been wearing the same tracksuit.
I've been wearing this
8
tracksuit
days.
for a week straight. I've washed it twice.
What's
It's
wrong with
crazy.
that?
It's
That's-
crazy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
It is, but yeah, but
very Steve
people are
Jobs.
starting to notice. People are like, "You wear that."
So what? Steve
my
Jobs,
lover,
dude.
my lover that I've been seeing has been noticing.
Yeah.
It's a big-
They'll start to.
She's like, "Do you ever change?" I'm like, "This is it.
That's my dad's favorite line. He
I'm
called it-
locked in."
He says people look like a cartoon character. Like you have the
Yeah.
same thing on every time.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. So what are you going to get? Just different multicolored tracksuits?
Different colored this.
You got to start mixing matching.
I know that's. I saw one of the mannequins that was mix and matching, and I thought it was pretty cool. Nike tracksuits are all like windbreaker fabric and like pastel colored.
Just get it.
I can't be.
Get 4
caught
pairs
dead
of
in that.
jeans and 5 t-shirts.
I have 1 pair of jeans.
Get 4. You got to. You got to get 4 more. I was always like that too.
What?
I was always like that too. I was like, I have plenty of jeans. I was like, I remember to Brittany. I was
Jeans on
like,
this guy.
4 pair of jeans.
I remember to Brittany. I was like,
Mr.
Brittany,
Big money over here.
Patreon money is
I'm
fucking
telling
coming
you,
in,
dude.
now.
I had this weird thing. I still have this thing in my head where like I won't buy socks either.
Dude,
socks are fucking-
yesterday I looked at the socks and I was like, I need these.
Yeah,
Couldn't buy them.
dude. I had the same thing. I wouldn't buy socks.
I
Wouldn't
can't buy anything.
It's crazy, dude.
I can't buy anything.
Wouldn't buy socks. Wouldn't buy underwear. Brittany was like, "You need jeans." I'm like, "I have 2 pairs of jeans. What are you talking about?" She's like, "Dude, you need like 4 pairs of jeans.
No.
5 pairs, dude."
3.
need 2.
I'll give you.
2.
I'll give you 3.
I've been rocking 1 for,
1 is fine.
but thankfully quarantine took place, so I've had to I have like 3 different pair of these Adidas track pants.
That's pretty tight,
So that's all I.
dude. I have 4 pairs of jeans, and I just buy just solid color t-shirts, and I wear the same exact thing. I'm a Sims. I go full Sims character.
Yeah.
4 pairs of jeans, like 6 t-shirts, and that's my laundry cycle. And then I obviously, supplement with heavy amounts of sweatpants.
This girl, the lover I've been seeing, I went out to dinner with her, and I was like, I don't have. She
She'll
was like,
buy
"We're
you
gonna go
them.
out to
She'll
dinner."
buy you them.
I should no.
That's
I'm
how
not
I have
having-
4
no,
pairs
she
of
cannot.
jeans.
She will not be purchasing me.
Why? Bays
I've
buy
had
you.
bays try to buy me clothes, and it's the gayest shit possible.
Well,
They're
true.
like, you should get into wearing sweaters and shit like that. I'm like, no,
You gotta
never
yeah,
once.
You gotta
Yeah.
reject. I had some rough garments sent my way, so you gotta
Yeah.
reject them, and eventually, I have 4. That's why I have 4 pairs of
Basically,
jeans.
my mom does that every Christmas.
Your mom gets you some good stuff, dude.
She does not.
Those shoes, those
The Notre Dame shoes rule.
They're sick as fuck.
That was the best gift, and that was the best.
What
gift.
other gear she got you that you
She'll
weren't
get
feeling?
me. She'll just be like, please wear a button down once. She's like, you look so nice in it. Just wear it once. I'm like, I'm gonna.
You gotta wear the
I just
button-down
have
for
a
your
closet
mom, dude.
full of sweaters and button downs.
You gotta put it on for your. I
bunch of
love
Doug
getting
Funnies.
dressed up for my mom.
fucking sweater vests and shit.
Come down like Quail Man, dude.
Yeah, my mommy.
love
My
getting
mommy
dressed
wants
sharp
me to.
for my mommy, dude.
mommy wants me to wear like a polo
Get
so
sharp
bad.
for your mommy, dude.
I can't.
I love getting sharp for my mommy, dude.
I
Put on
need
a
to
sweater on an important day. You gotta start recognizing holy days, dude.
I recognize them.
It's part. It's
As
a
God
it's
intended.
It's a disregarded
I
spiritual
recognize
practice.
them in tracksuits and sweatpants.
That's
and
fine.
Yeah.
Maybe dungarees and a sweatshirt.
Should wear a simple rough garment on holy days.
Dungarees, hoodie, sneakers. That's a going out outfit. That's literally my best. Like when we went to dinner, that's what I wore.
Yeah,
And it was like a nice dinner to meet her sister.
Yeah, that's a fight for Brittany. Brittany will be like
What are dungarees?
Jeans.
Just jeans? Okay.
Blue jeans. Blue jeans.
Nice.
Blue jeans.
denim.
Yeah.
Denim.
Denim, yeah. Well, you don't say denim?
Denim.
We say jeans.
Yeah,
Dungarees.
jeans.
Dungaree? I thought dungarees were like overalls or
Overalls.
something. You know,
It's
the ones
just
that
overalls.
like a fucking...
Trust me, dude. We know
Like
all
a-
about jeans. We invented them. Our country
So our
invented
people
them.
could work longer in the fields.
Whoa.
That's why you did it. That's why you did it.
Nuh-uh.
You talking
Yeah.
about Irish
It was
slaves?
for minors.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you talking about Irish slaves?
what I'm talking about. There's
think
a
they
rumor went around that we weren't slaves.
You think
I
they
don't-
gave slaves jeans?
I think so. Yeah.
Nah, dude.
No.
No.
What they give them? Nothing.
I don't know.
Just fucking
I think you
make
got
your own
like,
shit out there.
Slacks.
I think you got some old thin slacks.
Yeah.
I also
George Washington's slaves got one pair of shoes a year,
really.
just like me.
They probably weren't the best, dude. They're probably
No,
like
they weren't.
leprechaun.
They weren't. They were leprechaun shoes.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I figured. Yeah, just shitty
Yeah.
Bostonians. Dude.
Actually, that's exactly what the slave was wearing when he talked to me.
leprechaun shoes.
He dressed like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Really?
Yeah, he had like coattails.
Dude.
For real, it was the exact same hat. He was like, "Oh Lord, where are you from?" I was like, "New York." He was like, "I heard people are awfully nice up that way." I was like, that's changed." I thought it was funny. It's like
What'd he say?
he didn't respond. He asked if my pants were from the future.
Oh
And I was
wow!
like, "They are."
Whoa, dude.
Yeah,
That's kind of.
out
I
your
should
phone.
fucking beat his. I should have.
Took out his phone and blew his mind.
That'd be
Trying to
awesome.
fuck me, dude.
Yeah, like, I don't know how things were back then, but you better not be trying to fuck me. Martha. Should have yelled for Martha.
Fuck, dude.
Should have like, Martha, one's out.
Dude, what would you wear if you could just like not worry about anything, just wear whatever? What would your gear be? Okay.
For
Nice.
real.
That's what's up. That's what you should wear then.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel self-conscious about wearing this.
Really?
Like I'll be like, "What the fuck am I doing?" But then I got to remind myself, like, "Fuck everybody."
Dude, if
Wear a
I
tracksuit everywhere.
could wear, I thought about this today. If I could wear anything without like fear of being like people, what the fuck are you doing? I genuinely would dress like a 50-year-old black dude at a summer cookout. Just like matching linens.
Oh, like Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matching linens.
Like just a suit. You dress like a Waterloo can.
I'd go more. I'm more white on white. I would go like white linens, white pants, and then just like a matching.
Didn't you get
Kangol.
married in white on white?
Pretty much, dude.
Did you?
I have the desire to wear all white.
You wore all white to your wedding?
Yeah, bro.
That's sick.
To my.
First wedding, but we don't even fucking talk about that.
We've talked.
I mean, we
about
talk about it pretty
We
consistently.
talked about it
but
extensively.
What
Yeah.
White
I'm
shoes?
saying is,
Huh?
White shoes?
Of course, bro.
Okay.
don't even ask about it.
Yeah, dude. I had a fucking first communion outfit to my. Yeah, dude. I
Nice.
love like I'm wearing a white tee under this right now, and I'm like, if only I could just wear just white on. I basically would wear white on white pants, white tee. That's like.
I'd
my
like to wear
shit.
jerseys.
Dude.
I would be happy if I could wear like
You look good in a
throwbacks.
You look good in a jersey, dude.
Maybe I would like to wear jerseys. Now that you mention it,
Dude, if you start throwing,
maybe I would like some
you
jerseys.
just wore some football jerseys.
Yeah,
That's good gear.
yeah,
That's real good gear. Football jerseys with a thermal underneath them in the winter.
yes. Basketball tee with a white T-shirt underneath it, past the elbow.
Dude, you said wear
Oh fuck! I forgot my shirt. I
What?
bought a new 3-6 Mafia shirt.
What'd you get?
I
At the mall?
No, I bought it online.
What is it?
The camouflage 3-6 Mafia, and it says "Hypnotize Minds." It's so sick. It's so sick. I was gonna buy. There's one that says "Hypnotize Minds," and there's one that's 3-6 Mafia.
That's
I got
sick.
the 3-6 with the Hypnotize.
That's
Minds.
awesome. Your wardrobe,
I'll break it out.
Your
I'll break
wardrobe's
it out.
sick, dude.
My wardrobe consists almost entirely of one pair of jeans, 2 black T-shirts, and then shirts I buy. Like, this will be funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what the fuck would I ever wear that for? Like, I have a long sleeve camo 3-6 Mafia shirt.
That
I couldn't even wear it here the first time. It came last week.
Yeah, okay,
and I had it on, and I was like, I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot. Yeah, that is my day to day, all day. Go
Just
to the mall.
judgment, dude.
What the fuck is this? What am I doing here? Leave. Put a shirt on. I'm like, you look like a fucking idiot. Take it off.
Yeah.
Put it back on. Take it off. Leave.
Yeah, dude, just let it go.
I mean, eventually I let it go, but
No, I'm
it's
saying
constant.
like, just go get your stuff. It's tough. I get
Yeah,
you.
but there was no stuff when I got in there.
There's
There
nothing-
wasn't,
there's
there
no
wasn't
point in it.
stuff.
There was
Nothing
nothing to
struck
get.
my fancy. I was hoping something would strike my fancy.
Oh, you went to the mall. You wanted to be persuaded.
I wanted as a good salesman.
Gotcha.
Instead, another guy acting like a slave came up. The reenactors are everywhere.
What are you looking for in Target?
Like, oh.
Yeah, man.
jeez.
That's
It's something.
I'm telling you.
I used to have a white tracksuit when I was younger.
Did you really?
Yeah, I was sick. I wore it to school one time when we were like, I had like a letter from my mom saying I didn't have to wear clothes that day for some reason. So I
Didn't wear a
White
uniform.
tracksuit.
No, so I was like a fucking big.
Did you have an
white-
injury? Like if you had like real bad poison
No.
ivy, you could wear like whatever you wanted. Wear
does
shorts.
it?
My brother wore shorts
No,
for like a month because he had fucked up poison sumac.
There used to be stuff like if you were going somewhere after school.
You could wear your
Because
white.
we had a
tracksuit.
uniform,
Yeah,
yeah.
we
so
had
so
uniforms.
I don't know, it was some bullshit excuse, and I showed
That's
up.
great.
And one of my teachers was like, "You look like a fucking pimp," and I was just like, "Yeah," and she was like, "I didn't mean it in a nice way." I'm just like, I thought it was like the cool. I'm not
I
12
mean,
years old.
tracksuits are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The only thing you're dealing with
I mean,
stains.
they hold up.
The thing with the white stuff, you're dealing with stains. Then.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
you wear a stained white tracksuit. Just keep
Oh
it
my
pushing.
god,
No.
dude! If this thing was white,
No.
this thing
Are you kidding me?
dirty sleeves, it had like dirt.
No.
Dude, that's teachers are fucking assholes, dude. For that for like just coming at you like that.
Mm.
That's fucked up.
I'd love to go back in time and just be like, yeah, you fucking want to suck my 13-year-old dick,
Yes.
don't you?
You
Don't
should
you?
have said that, dude.
That's why I think she did. I think she was
She's like,
probably
you're
into that.
12. Be like, whatever, dude. Don't get hung up on it.
Damn!
I'm not-
Imagine if she did think
My
you were
dick's
hot,
13.
and then you showed up in that tracksuit. She was like,
She's just like, P-I-P.
"It's got so much swagger.
Yeah.
The
Shut your fucking mouth.
the boy's got swagger.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a good one. He's gonna get out of this
Yeah,
island.
yeah.
Oh, go to America.
You're a dreamer.
Carpe diem. Hollywood. When did you get that? Back in Ireland when you were like, it's time for me
I got
to
it.
follow my destiny?
I got it when I was 18 in an island off Spain. I can't remember. I think it was Lanzarote or something like that. Some fucking shithole. And I remember getting it. The worst thing is, it wasn't like an impulse
Dude,
thing.
isn't that
It was
crazy?
like a-
Everybody from the UK and Ireland, their vacation is just Spain.
That's fucked up.
They go to the beach in Spain.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
well,
crazy.
Well, they just have cheap little islands and cheap beaches, and it's
Yeah.
fucking.
We have New Jersey, dude.
Yeah, we have to go
Yeah,
to fucking
that's our
New
Spain.
Jersey.
No, you guys go to Florida and stuff. It's kind of, or no?
I don't know. I went to not when I was younger.
Florida is more
That's
like
a long
Morocco.
trip.
Florida is like the Morocco of America.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
that's
But
more.
it's fucking cheap as fuck. During COVID, a lot of people just moved to Spain during COVID.
Really?
From Ireland.
That's because you could slap.
There's a good bit of slapping. It takes a lot.
I'm going to go there and just get off a plane, just fucking wreck somebody and get back on.
You can slap women there.
Can you really?
That was like a big.
Stop,
I
dude.
swewer to God, when I was teaching the school, that was like a major problem.
Where
like
was it? Sorry.
hitting women.
Where in Spain was it?
It was north of Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it was a major problem was what? Men
yeah.
was slapping.
Like the teachers would tell me, like man on woman violence is like a issue.
Slap.
That's like a current dilemma that
well, if it's a
Spain
slap
is
culture,
facing.
yeah, it's a slap culture. It's
Yeah.
tough, dude.
And then one day, one of the students' dads
culture,
beat
yeah.
his mom to death.
What?
He had to have like an assembly.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck, man.
Real bummer.
What, slaps? You slapped her?
Slapped her.
Slapped her
to
to
death. Yeah, it was a combo.
Fuck.
Death of 1,000 slaps,
It was a
dude.
15 combo.
Oh.
It's like a cat. You ever see a cat play with shit? He did that to his wife.
Outstanding. Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, I so badly want to disrupt my my babysitter's online classes. She'll like get up and leave, and I'll see the guy, and I just want to turn the mic on and be like, "Shut up, bitch!"
Oh.
Just send the class.
Your
in an
babysitter,
absolute-
is she a college student?
Mm-mm, she's in high school. So I want to go, dude. How dare you, dude? How dare
Yeah, well,
There's nothing attractive about that.
babysitter, dude.
I know, I'm joking. I'm just joshing about your babysitter. But she's in high school and you want to get on her online classes?
I want to
screaming
disrupt
stuff.
real. Whenever she goes upstairs, just hit the mic on and be like, "Mr. Turner's a fucking bitch."
She would never get in
Send
trouble.
the class in a fucking uproar.
No one would blame her, obviously.
Well, it's funny because I'll walk by, I'll walk by the background, and today, I swear to God, I think I locked eyes with the teacher. Because she's probably, the teacher's probably, what the fuck's this? Turned around, just looked in the cam, like, what the fuck you looking at, bro? Just like, I went to walk my
He's like,
dogs.
what?
But I locked eyes, kind of like he was, I could tell he was
True.
like, and he was like this, and I was looked in, like, the fuck you looking at, bro?
That would be concerning.
Well,
Fuck him.
Yeah, like, is she with a...
does
Does she
that
live
her
at, like, a
boyfriend?
guy's house?
Is that her boyfriend?
Yeah, I would be concerned.
They have to know she's babysitting because Maya's there all the time. But I just let them know, be like, bitch.
It's great
Yeah.
that she can.
I mogged him. I just like looked in the thing and was like,
fucking high school teacher.
heard your fucking
pussy.
lesson, dude. Your lesson fucking sucks.
That was
dude.
when my mom, I had a terrible morning yesterday. I woke up after a nasty dream. I had a bad dream. I have bad dreams. I keep listening to this fucking book.
Dude,
Oh, I gotta tell you that. I told you. I called,
that
dude.
fucked me. That was crazy.
So this is what I went to bed to. I'm listening to a book about the genocide of Ukraine, which was like just Stalin's 5-year plan, just starving Ukraine, and it's just an hour and a half of just this chapter in this book is just an hour and a half.
How do you go about starving an entire
recite-
country?
You just take all the food.
You just take it from.
Happened.
True, yeah, it happened.
It's a lot. I think it's a lot easier than you think.
Well, it requires a very weak, dumb populace, like the Ukrainians. Not you guys. Not you guys.
So you
But
take the food.
I'm just listening to these stories. Whoever wrote this is just literally telling horrific stories.
God.
Like they found the like students found their classmate's head without his body in the local pond,
When
and its family ate the student and killed themselves.
When do you
Like
think
crazy
they
shit.
like? Do you think they take a break and like have sex? Like if they're married, do they like have sex with their wives and like can they get that stuff out of their heads?
Being hungry?
No, if you're like
Or
a
just
if you're like a
atrocities?
starvation atrocity historian, then you like go to like have sex, dude.
Yeah.
Must be tough. You just been
Yeah.
writing all day about like horrible.
Yeah. And from like firsthand account, like primary sources, he's
Yeah.
like reading it like, this will go in the book. This is pretty cool. They ate their children.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's just on the computer, right? And then just, maybe I'll just.
oh,
whip
you know
one
what's
out.
funny? I
You
meant
gotta
to bring
just
this
whip
up.
one
That's a
out.
good thing. I have the craziest schedule before bed, which
What
is listen to war atrocities
Okay.
for a while, jerk off,
nice.
Yeah, okay.
and then go right back to it.
Whoa.
I can totally disassociate
Take a
from
break.
just complete horrific nightmare stuff to like,
Nice.
nice audition for just fast forward the talking,
Yeah. Roommate can't pay rent.
and then as soon as I'm done,
Straight
all
back
right,
in.
back to
All
this. What are these children
Yeah.
eating? And
Each
this
other.
Ukrainian
story,
slaughter.
dude, this story.
That's funny.
I was like laying in bed, like when you sleep. I sleep on my side with my arm, and my fat face is motionless while
You're just listening.
listening to just horrible shit. And then this one story I heard was so bad that I was like, just found myself in bed, just like. It's so funny. But the story was these two ladies, they had an orphanage that was just filled basically with starving children. Everyone like bellies bloated, everyone's starving.
Chucky no cheese, dude.
It was absolutely Chucky no cheese, dude. Chuck Netzoff no cheese. So for to help the kid, I don't know, they would lay out, everybody was suffering. All the children were like, they couldn't speak. They were that hungry. They were starving to death. Literally. And they would lay them out, these children out on they said sheets in the grass outside, and like let them lay, and they would just constantly be moaning. Like the teachers could leave the kids out because the kids couldn't move.
Yeah, they couldn't do
And they would
anything.
just be out there like,
There's a ton of moaning
just
kids.
and then the story was that one day they left them out. They're probably like smoking cigarettes or something, and they all of a sudden the kids were quiet, so they're like, oh shit, we got to go check this out. And they went out, and the kids were tearing the flesh off of the smallest one and sucking the blood and eating the meat, and the kid was eating his own skin too. Anyway,
Wow.
what a fun story. It was
Yeah,
like a
that's
4-year-old.
Yeah.
Wicked, dude.
Yeah, I was just
Four,
laying
just-
there just like,
Just
just in bed, just like, oh
fucking ate
my
him.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
They had to
brutal.
pull the kids off. They were like
Yeah.
literally like biting and sucking
they
the
just
blood.
one kid just latched onto the other
And
one,
then-
and then
but-
they all kind of just
Yeah.
rolled
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, and then but the thing that fucked me up the most was the kid was eating himself also. Once everybody else started munching him, he was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, so he was like, "Give me a bit of that."
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
of himself, and they would like eat their own shit.
Would they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they would like find kids that have been eating their own shit. I mean, it's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fucked.
I mean, it's terrible.
Yeah, food is good. It's nice to
gotta-
have it, man.
Yeah, it was like the Irish famine, but like, I mean, now it was much more documented. You know, it was in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
40s.
And it was
The
much
30s.
more successful, I think.
Yeah, they did
really
a good
worked out
job.
a lot.
Yeah, they got a lot of them.
Yeah.
No one
Weird.
was able to even leave.
Weird.
They all just
We had a lot of guys fleeing.
yeah,
People
A
were
lot of weaklings left the island.
became great.
true.
Built it up for you to come over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now look at you.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
like,
oh, it seems pretty good over there. I'd like to have a little shot of me
give
own
me,
over there.
give me a taste of that. Yeah, give me a bit of that.
Anyway, that's what I've been listening to. And then in between horrific stories, I will
Pause.
ejaculate.
Yeah, do a little self-care.
Yes. What do you think of that? Maybe that has something to do
I
with
think
me
it's-
no.
going to the mall, looking at things.
I could be watching the doc and then just be like,
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
just-
Normally, anything else I can't totally just disassociate. Like, these are two different things.
Yeah.
With this, I know that's probably not the right psychology term, but you get what I'm saying.
Pretty much, yeah.
I can hit pause on this. Crank. Play.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think that's pretty.
thought that was an interesting tidbit.
No, I think people can do that.
Yeah, I can.
Watch like a fucked up, horrible thing. Just,
No problem.
yeah, turn it off, jerk off.
Zero problem.
It's almost an understandable thing to do after that. It's like when I can't sleep at night, you know, when all the bats are floating around my head, I just go jerk off.
It's evil bat.
Yeah,
you just get up.
get up.
That's what I have to do. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm just trying to get some milk in the kitchen. She's
I
like,
mean-
where are you going?
Oh, you got to do a
I'm
secret
about
one.
to jizz.
Well,
Yeah.
fuck me. He's like, I'm gonna go to the
I'm
kitchen.
gonna jerk off.
I'd rather wipe it with the
Yeah.
kitchen towel.
So much harder to fuck you.
Yeah.
Wait, so-
well, I'll be out of breath.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big.
True, yeah, it's tough. The way you want to slide in, just have like a nice casual one.
You don't want to wake someone up. to
What about just some
fuck 'em,
me time?
Like, poorly, you know? Yeah.
Dude, it's nighttime.
Yeah.
You
Sometimes
say you don't want to wake someone up to that?
I don't want to wake someone up.
Wait,
and
so
then
you're saying
fuck
you'll-
them poorly.
you'll get
Oh,
the
yeah.
And
offer.
send them back to bed, you know?
You'll get the offer to be like, just fuck me then. She knows when you're getting milk, you're just
Yeah, but I just
Squeezing
feel
your
like
udder.
it's like just so clinical or something. I'd rather be.
True.
I'd rather
them
just-
be into it, not them kind of.
Yeah, I'd rather watch.
Although I can
pretty hot.
appreciate that. If
Yeah,
I'm
clinical.
if I'm like, yo,
like a good clinical.
Yeah, but
if I say I'm
I gotta
backed
get
up-
this out.
Yeah.
they're like, I'm backed up, and they're just like, dude, just get it over with. I
Yeah.
can party with that big time. Just be like, thank you.
Yeah, you get me going. I might
Appreciate
pause this podcast. You keep talking like that.
I used to
That'd be
worry, be
great.
like, well,
This
no,
is-
I want us both to enjoy. Now I'm like, say no more, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I've gotten it way out of my head that she's gonna even remotely enjoy this. That ship has sailed.
Well, yeah, it's not.
yeah?
I'm not even worried about her enjoying it.
Yeah, it's not something for
It's not for ladies. Only whores enjoy sex.
true.
Yeah.
Or you should just get into like you should get into
You like that,
fully.
Gardini?
You should get into
Best sex I've ever had is with a horse. Yeah.
You've had sex with whores?
Well, I mean, like in the biblical sense.
Oh, I
guess.
see.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, you should start getting into just like tantric love, where you're just like, look, I mean, if you
Tantric.
need to come like that. I'm not really into that.
Yeah.
Like, and just have sex and just chill.
So it's tantric sex, but only
Yeah.
for her. Is that what
No,
that
you
means?
just chill. You just
Yeah, my
Tantric.
my
is
lover,
when-
she is practicing tantra pretty hard.
really.
Yes.
What's that mean? She's
She's just holding in every orgasm.
Is that what it is? You got this bitch.
Someday she might, but for now,
Yeah. That's a.
bit of a rain check, you know?
Yeah,
what I'm
my,
Sorry,
saying?
you just
my
gotta-
girl's frigid.
Did you see the quote? Did you see the thing I sent you from the audiobook
Yes.
of the guy coming? It's not
I was
even
with
you.
her.
Were you really?
Yeah.
How'd she like it?
I think I held it up to my ear while we were watching something.
Oh, dude.
She was like, "What's that?" And she just saw like the book cover, and I was like, "Nothing. That's fucking retarded."
What is it? You're watching like
The
cameras.
quote,
Yeah,
I,
what
was-
was it?
I sent Shane a quote. I think I have it here still.
Definitely.
Oh, shit.
Was it karma
What's
soldier?
wrong,
Something.
bud?
Dub D hit me up. Actually, I'll call him
Where you
back.
get those Ray-Bans there?
These? I had those. I bought them down in Florida way.
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit. Dub D's here. No, can you let a Dub D in? Hopefully he didn't leave.
He seems like a guy who doesn't mind lingering on the street.
Dub D? He's got stuff to do, dude.
I could see him clocking on the street.
He might be posted up for sure. I'm trying to find the thing I sent you. It would,
Just go to our messages.
that's what I'm
What?
doing right now.
Click info.
There's a bunch of flag
There you go.
poles or something, like poles painted in some sort of nationality's color. What is that out there?
Where's that?
Just outside the
Oh.
house, there's a bunch of paintings representing some flag. I thought it was like Cameroon. It looks
No,
like the
it's Puerto
Cameroon
Rico.
colors.
It's
but
Puerto
like-
Rico.
It's Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Red, yellow, and green. Maybe was it
Maybe it's something else.
something like that?
There's a garden across the street. They got all
Cameroon,
kinds,
yeah,
they got all
that's
kinds
Cameroon.
of funny colors
You
over
got
there. dude.
Cameroon like that. The red, yellow, and green is very popular among Western African nations.
Okay.
They got a bunch of funny flag colors.
Ghana's
All I
also
know is
that.
red, white, blue. What?
Left.
All right, well, where are we at? Let's
Men especially, sexual excitation and orgasmic pleasure are primarily a genital sensation. As one gets freer, the locale of the orgasm begins to expand and spread to the whole pelvis and abdomen,
That's how you
the
gotta do it.
legs and arms,
Now I
and
recall.
eventually the whole body.
Yeah, dude.
Often,
If you can guess, this made
after
me
this
mad.
accomplishment, there is a plateau that follows, and then suddenly and unexpectedly, the orgasmic location expands beyond the body, as though the space around the body was having the orgasm instead of the person. Ultimately, there is no limitation of the orgasm. It seems to expand into infinity and be experienced from no particular center or locale. It is as if there is no individual person present. The orgasm is experiencing itself.
That's how I come, dude.
Yeah.
It's just a space around me is coming, and I'm just sitting there just
Transcend.
like,
He has many times before finding that passage explained that when he comes, he does leave his body.
You an out of body experience?
I stay
No.
in. In
No.
fact, I crash to reality.
Yeah.
Even during the orgasm.
My body tries to go there, but then there's a part of me that just goes, no.
Yeah.
No.
you get held back.
I hold back completely.
That's St.
Absolutely.
Ignatius.
I totally leave when I crumb.
It's like smoking DMT for you, is it? You just fucking
for like 0.1 seconds. And I'm right
it's just
back.
a mess on your chest. You just come out.
My orgasm experiences itself, just so you know.
No, what I'm saying is the whole point of that chapter is that you just completely let go of all expectations during sex, and you just like it actually.
I've
reminds
done
me
that,
of
yeah.
the thing you're saying, you're like genuinely where you're not even like, because a lot of times your face is kind of grimaced,
Yeah.
and you kind of just like fully relax and just look at the person and like just keep a poker face, not a poker face, but just like, love you, babe. Just as calm as you can be, and eventually the room will start coming around both you guys, and you're like, ah.
So you're saying if I'm about to come, I need to just be like,
I
I
if
mean,
you're
that's
gonna-
what I
just
do.
Stone Cold.
That is what I do. And then I laugh. I come and then I go, oh my God, I'm sorry. And I laugh and then I get in the shower.
Nice.
And
You
I
gotta
get in the
watch
shower. I'm like, stupid. You're so fucking stupid.
You're like,
What
yeah, I'm
are you
sitting in
doing?
I'm getting a shower, toots. And then as soon as you walk away, you go, fucking.
Fuck.
I come and I immediately go down on her. I'm like, oh, get out of it.
Give me that.
Yeah, I'm gonna suck it right back out of you.
Well, dude, let's grab Dub D.
Yes, Colin.
It's been a pleasure, dude.
What's your podcast?
Oh, you can check it out.
Check it out.
The Wizard of Pod.
Wizard of Pod there.
Everywhere on my YouTube channel.
I'm gonna do it soon.
Colin
We
Tyrrell.
I was gonna
Yeah.
do it with you this week, but
You're a busy boy.
I've been a vagabond. I haven't even come home. I've been
Yeah.
living out of the tracks.
Yeah, well, next time you got a spare
Next
spare
time
evening up in New York. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you did it with Matthew as well.
Yeah,
already.
Matt did
There's already a Mad episode.
Yeah, there's a Mad episode. Go check out the Mad episode.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Wizard
Oh, yeah.
of Pod. That's the name of it.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Thanks.
What do you have? I forgot I got to play.
Stoner Dad should be out this weekend.
Oh,
I
nice.
decided I was treating it I was being very secretive about it. Just
Yeah,
I
that
thought
makes-
that was funny.
Yeah.
Absolutely stupid.
Obviously, you should advertise it on this podcast.
I was like the government with UFOs. I denied
Yeah.
their existence. Now I'm like, they're real.
yeah. Stoner Dads is coming out, and that's you, Sydney, and Tim Butterly's podcast, Stoner Dads.
Comes out once a month or so.
Check it out. March 18th, 19th, and 20th, I'll be at Helium, Indianapolis.
Ooh.
March 26th and 27th, I'll be at the Crown of Comedy in Auburn, Alabama. That's the one you want to go see. And then we're going to take a little break because we're going to be filming some new sketchies for Gillian Keeves. So that'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Colin, I appreciate you joining us
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having me.
Thanks for
Blast,
coming
dude.
down.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it, bro.
Live.
Wow.
Baby. Here.
Wow.
Lemaire's back, dude, at the big kids table, dude.
Thank you.
Left the little kids
Shut the
table.
fuck up.
Dude,
Thank you.
he's a saboteur. I think Lemaire trashed the setup before he left.
He definitely, yes.
He came in and helped fix our setup after we fired him for production.
Yeah, we needed some help.
Someone else is getting fired. I don't know who. I might fire myself. I might quit. I fucking quit.
I might kill myself.
This shit's fucking hard. I might.
Matt, you do a great job on those intro videos, man.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah.
Is what it is. No,
Yeah.
please, come on. Don't.
Those are
do that.
good.
It is what it
Matt's
is.
been making,
I don't
oh
make
man,
them,
the
dude. I
intro
don't make-
video is so
Nah,
good.
That's not me, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Not me, bro.
Yeah. Lemaire, is that a white Power Ranger?
That's the yellow. Is that the Yellow Ranger?
No, it's the Black Power Ranger with the dragon shield armor on.
Did you feel it necessary to wear a dragon shield before you came here?
No. Yeah, I was at the gym and this is how I like to work out, like a Power Ranger.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. I was at the Y. I was with old ladies. I was hanging out with some old
that's
ladies.
good.
Hell yeah. My cousin used to do that. He used to wear sweatsuits, like depending on what ranger he wanted to be.
Yeah.
Pretty tight. He was the Red Ranger a lot, I remember.
Red Ranger was a hunk.
I was more of a Green Ranger guy.
Tommy.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
He came in like,
Tommy was the bad boy, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
Trust me.
some may call us that, but yeah.
I was more of a fan of the guy talking the head.
You like
Zordon.
Gordon?
I love that guy.
Zordon.
Yeah.
So I just love the way he handled his business.
True.
Just like, go get it done. I'll tell you guys what to do.
Yeah, he was the fact that he was just a head holding it down like that.
He didn't take no back talk.
Yeah, what were the
Yes.
villains after in Power Rangers? What were they trying to? Were they trying to end the world?
Yeah, they were just trying to take over the world. Yeah. And they won in the first season. They won.
Yeah,
They beat
really?
them. They beat the Power
I
Rangers.
remember that.
And then the Power Rangers got new powers.
That bitch who used to run. There's
Yeah.
a lady. She's a bitch.
Rita Repulsa.
Rita Repulsa. That
Yeah.
fucking bitch.
What a bitch. What was her problem? Just wanted to take over the world?
No,
Yep.
she was trapped in a jar for 10,000 years. They let her out.
Gordon was trapped in a fucking plasma tube. He's not being a bitch.
Wait,
about
was
it.
he out? Or at the,
Nah, Gordon was in a tube, dude.
Zordon.
Zordon.
Gordon.
He's just a big Canadian guy.
It's actually Gordon.
Yeah.
But wait, what was his? Was he ever out of that tube?
Yeah,
or was
he
he
used
just.
to be out of the tube, but then
What?
like war happened, and the only way he could stay alive was to go into the tube. Because remember,
So
in
you know the canon.
dude, I love
the
Power
canon.
Rangers, dude. I love Power Rangers.
The Power Ranger canon.
So he was out of the tube pre-Rangers, or did he train the Rangers then go back to the tube?
He never actually trains anybody. He's just like their all-knowing guy. He's like their he's like Yoda kinda,
Gotcha.
where like he just knows what's up, and they like, oh, I guess we got to do what he says.
Wasn't he kind of like a fat-faced white guy?
It was Steve from Jerry Springer.
It looked like Buzz from fucking Home Alone.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was the same actor.
No, I think it was just like some big white guy.
Did
Yeah.
Zordon ever fuck with Rita?
Like
Did they have a past?
I think there was some intermingling, but I don't think they had like a relationship. Or maybe,
Gotcha.
maybe though.
Was she the supervillain the whole time?
I think Zordon smashed, and Rita was just like,
Yeah.
I think
What was it?
Zordon grabbed her face at a party.
He asked her bra size. She's like, fuck yeah.
I think Zordon fucking
Yeah.
might have grabbed face.
Why else? Would
I
she
can't
be so
believe,
mad?
dude. Did you see Cuomo, whatever his name is, brothers, fucking sold him out?
No.
Dude, you see-
His brother sold him out?
Oh, he was just kind of like, it's a conflict of interest. Basically, he tried to be like, hey, man, I got nothing to do with this. It's like, damn, dude.
Mm.
Damn. His brother was getting in trouble for like touching the small of women's backs.
That's what Cuomo's in trouble for?
Yeah, bro. He was at a well, there's a picture though. I think he like put a hand on the back of it. The lady was
It
wearing
is so nice putting your hand on the small of a woman's
bro.
back.
First of all, the lady
That is, I will say, that is sexual harassment.
bareback.
Oh.
And she was wearing one of those dresses that like her whole back was showing.
Oh,
So it was like a
he
dress.
couldn't keep his hands off that. How could you? If you felt like you had the green light to do that, you would do it.
Well, here's the problem. He thought he was all above board. He was going to young women and telling them, he would go, just so you know, I'm fully open to having relationships with women in their 20s, which I didn't know you had to say out loud because I thought that was assumed every fucking powerful man was doing that. But yeah, he was going around like touching the small of women's backs and being like, I fuck you guys in case you're wondering that. If you're young and hot, I will fuck you. And then he at one point
Seems like that's...
he grabbed the lady was like, yo man, get off my back. And he was like, I thought you were being kind of aggressive, if I'm being honest. And then he grabbed her face, according to the
he
sources,
face grabbed.
gave a double face grab and I think was like, kiss me. And she's like, no.
No, dude. Cuomo, what the face grab is insane.
Well, there's a picture of the face grab. But then people are saying,
someone was there with a camera?
I think it might have been a setup, bro. Someone would be like, yo, grab that chick's face. She wants to fuck you. It's also, this is the problem too. I was just talking to my boy about this, which again, I was so happy I went to his house because he filled me. I didn't know any of this was going on. He filled me in on the
He's
fact.
been in his house following it.
Watching Fox,
Yeah.
dude. I didn't know Trump came back and gave a speech.
I did
He's
watch
like,
some
he's
of
like,
that.
bro,
yeah.
he's like, I'm not going to lie. I had to put on all my Trump gear. I was fired up. He got pumped up on it. He said Trump came and was like, did you miss me? That was his first words.
Yeah, I watched it.
So he was telling me about that, and he was like, bro, I'm sick over what they're doing to Cuomo. He's like, because then we have pictures of Joe Biden like doing the same thing to kids, constantly grabbing their faces and shit. No one was to say anything about that. So, whatever. But yeah, dude, his brother went like, that's conflict of interest for me. Not being like, I would have been like, free my brother, dude.
Right.
My brother was getting too much pussy and he grabbed face. That's the other thing too. You're
Grabbed face, dude.
Dude, you're the governor of New York.
Grab face is so crazy.
Oh, dude.
It's small at the back, I understand.
I'll give you
But
that.
every single man knows what you're doing.
Yes.
That's
if
why
you-
everyone
if you
was like,
see-
yo.
If you saw someone with your bae and their hand on the small of their back, you'd have to karate chop their arm just to save face. Otherwise,
Yes, you've been disrespected.
you are being disrespected.
Yeah.
But this guy, dude, that was one of those old safety like.
I can
we
touch
fuck?
you.
Yeah, like can we?
Yeah.
Because that's people will do that. Like here you go. I mean, I think the safe zone. If you find a woman crossing the street, if a woman's in an intersection, you can touch her anywhere you want. Because you're like, I'm just trying to get you to safety, man.
Yeah.
I'll get your butt. You watch your head.
The small at the back. Yeah, I guess kind of the rule would be
Bareback too.
don't do anything you wouldn't do to your mother.
Small of the back in a sweater.
I would never small the back my mom.
Yeah, but I'll kiss upon greeting my mom. So
I think
Yeah, but you can do the cheek thing. You can
Can
be
you?
like, I'm actually into. I'm real sophisticated.
true. Yeah, I guess you have to be like outwardly refined enough to like kiss upon greeting.
Yeah, you can't be wearing a sweatsuit.
Yeah, you can't be wearing like a fucking Carhartt overalls and just be like, "How you doing?"
You should do that. Like next time if you go to a construction site, do that.
Unless
I
you're
might-
To show
Italian.
them.
If you're
True.
Italian, you can wear a wife beater and a chain and just kiss your mom however you want.
True. Yeah, they'll mouth kiss.
Your mouth gets
If you're
hard.
Italian, you kiss your mom on the
Damn,
mouth.
Lemaire coming in throwing shots at Gardini. Shots at the WAP. How's it feel? Do you feel like you've been freed from your prison sentence?
No, I
That hell that was producing this show?
it wasn't hell. I felt bad at first because I fucked up and I was like, ah. But then when you guys got Sean, I was like, oh, that's a better pick. Like he's gonna do such a good job. And then
Yeah.
he made that video, the RIP video, and I was like, oh, he's already 100 times better.
Yeah.
He's the best.
I don't know. You came in today.
Just emergency tech,
Yeah, it's
Some
good.
teeth.
It's good to know you live very close by. It was nice to be able to
Yeah.
get you here in 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, this was the most on time for a show you've ever been.
I will say, people were fucking crying. People were grieving you. They were like, it's fucked up. First of all, bit of a case of crybabyism. Where you give one thing, oh, I don't like that, take it away. Put it back.
yeah.
It's a fucking 4-year-old. Take
Yeah.
it, give it back. It's like, shut up. But the
That had to feel good, having the outreach, the support.
It felt nice. Yes, I felt cared for.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Do you show up to the Raven now? Like, I have so many fucking fans.
No.
To all the other open,
No,
not the other open.
never.
Pardon me, the open micers down there. Are you like, yeah, shit?
yeah, do you go to the Raven with just like a cloak over your hood and like stand in the back? Like, don't worry, I'm here.
No, I just sit there and drink for free. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
That's the only way to do the Raven.
It's kind of the only thing you really got to do.
Yeah.
If all else fails, you pretty much get free drinks and
Oh,
stand
dude.
up, which is
You're a legacy host.
I'm a
Of the
legacy.
Raven?
Can I go get drinks there
Yes,
for
you
free?
can, dude. Yeah.
Yes. Start blacking out every Thursday.
I might start going.
If you started going there and secretly just getting bombed, I'd be so happy.
That would be a tight double life.
Yeah, if you had a double life and then like came to me, like eventually the wheels just flew off and you're like, I've been a drunk this whole time.
I thought about that before. If I held down like a very quiet like an opiate addiction, because I have promethazine from like a way leftover like
Is that
cough thing.
syrup?
You used to sip
Yeah.
that,
I
right?
sip
You
promethazine.
sip that promethazine.
I might, dude. I might fuck around and sip me a fucking 8. Might pull up a foe.
Die, just
Might pull up a foe.
overdose.
I told you my friend drank an 8. 8 basically, I think it's a half a pint, or a pint is like 8 ounces of syrup. My friend drank a whole. He was holding my syrup, bro. I bought a bunch of it. And I thought I was gonna be the juice man.
Yeah.
And he, my friend fucking was holding it at the spot, and he drank it all. And he fucking drove into a hill. Like, he crashed into the hill right out front of my parents' house. I'm like, how'd you crash in front of the hill? And I'm like, where's my syrup? And he's like, oh, I drank it, bro. Fuck.
Wait, did he drink it before he left?
Yeah, he just drank all my syrup, dude.
Drove straight into a fucking hill.
Dude, syrup is a crazy thing. It doesn't really do much to you. If you just drink,
Really?
like, yeah, when it's expensive as fuck, and you drink like, I think it's like $30 for an ounce, and you drink it, and it's like If you take pills with it, it fucks you up. You have to drink a lot of it, and then you're just like, you could just,
Wait, you just get tired?
Yeah, you get chopped and screwed.
Yeah, I knew the chopped and screwed part, but
you get chopped. So you just, if you drank, like, if you poed up a foe, you'd be kind of chopped and screwed. But like, if you got sit, my friend,
I just need Paul Wall.
If you,
I just need the people's champ. I'd be like, yo, play Paul Wall. Just watching Paul Wall YouTube videos.
But the problem is when you buy syrup, people cut it with Cairo syrup. So then, if you're buying syrup, you got to twist the cap, because if the cap's crusted, that means someone cut you with Cairo, and then you got like that excess. You get sugar on the top. I don't think anyone's sipping syrup anymore, but like that was a big thing. You get cut, you be like, fuck.
I think wasn't Mac Miller?
I think he died. I think he was also kind of on those Ox and Xannies too. I think he got hit with some fentanyl.
I think Lil Wayne's still syruping.
I think he quit. He claims he quit, but
yeah,
you know how it is, man. I still look at that little fucking pint sitting there. I'm like, I might po up right now. Dude.
Po up.
I might start poing up.
Headshot. Drink.
You can tell too, though.
You should po up and just like go out to dinner.
Quietly po up
with your family. Just.
Well, you heard about there's a professor who like came out and was like, I think we should decriminalize heroin. I'm a professor of psychology at Columbia, and he's like, there's nothing. He's like, I like to casually do heroin. He's like, there's nothing. He tried to like describe. He's like, obviously the guy's like a PhD, so he's like super refined. But he was like, there's something about like cuddling up with a warm blanket by the fire and just doing some lines, waking up all refreshed for the next day.
What?
He'll like snort lines of heroin by the fire, and he's like, I wake up feeling great. Dude, I think time's cyclical. We're going back to now where weed's going to be legal. Opiates, there's going to be like little opiate tinctures people can take. We're just back in like the early 1900s. So that's all it is. Like weed used to be, it'll be legal again, and you'll be able to do coke like a general.
The fuck are you doing?
Burping.
Yeah, soda burps.
Soda burps? You're drinking soda at the Y?
No, he just sipped his soda.
You were at the YMCA in a Power Rangers sweatsuit drinking soda?
No, he just drank his soda now. So wait, you're telling me you have pizza night belly? You got
now.
Damn, you have TGIF belly, dude.
Whoa.
I remember, dude, 5 slices of pizza and like a half a 2 liter of ginger ale, watching Urkel just being like, just ready to explode.
Yeah, it's Boy Meets World.
Yeah, man. Fuck, dude. Yeah. Dude, that guy's, he's coming out being like, yo, it's fucked up. I can't do heroin. And just like.
Something about heroin always leads you to like a fire. Like if you're homeless, you're just standing by a trash barrel that's on fire. It's nice. It's getting cozy. You're just like, I'm on heroin. I'm high as fuck. Where's fire? I want to see what fire's doing.
It's a fair point. But yeah.
Are you drinking that with a straw? What's that about? Why?
That's I don't want to. I was drinking out of the can, and then I was like, the lady gave me a straw, so I got to use a straw. I didn't want to like.
You don't want to waste the straw.
Yeah, I didn't.
Straws are a nice commodity these days.
True. Yeah, they are. That's it's gonna be a nice black market for straws pretty soon.
Yeah.
They give you the paper ones that disintegrate.
Yeah.
Here's the real shit. No, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, there's
guy behind the register. Like, I got you, bro.
That's got the stamp on it, dude.
You seem cool as hell. Don't worry. I got one for you. This is burning a hole in my pocket. I watched. Have you seen Invisible Man?
Mm-mm.
It's the ultimate. It is a white woman fantasy. So, the movie starts. First off, ugly white woman living in a trillionaire's house. Cash Money Records, trillionaire, dude.
Is this the Kevin Bacon one or the new one?
This is the new one.
Okay.
And so it starts with her escaping from her husband or boyfriend or whatever he is, and him like sprinting out after her and like punches her sister's car window when she's picking him up, which is hilarious.
Hell yeah.
Which immediately I was like, this movie's hilarious. Any like boyfriend that's like, bitch, come back, and like punching a window and then chasing after the car like with good form.
I gotta come.
Yeah, it's like, I love you. And then punching a window and be like, get back here, bitch, we can work this out.
Oh, it must have felt so good as her sister's window just being like, fuck you too.
Yeah, true. But then he fakes his own suicide and he invents a military technology to be invisible just to bother her.
Oh, what?
Yeah. And she's like, you don't understand how powerful and manipulative he is. You know, that's her whole thing.
So he's just invisible and just like...
He's invisible and he goes and like starts fucking with her at first. And then obviously he takes it too far. He like kills her sister. Which is hilarious. But...
punches away into the car?
No, they're out to eat. And all of a sudden a knife's floating next to her and he cuts this. That part was sick, but the whole movie. So she escapes this boyfriend and goes straight to this incredibly jacked, handsome black guy's house. And I was like, I get it, dude. I get the Invisible Man. Be like, what the fuck is this? So this black dude has a black daughter, and the white lady's like, please help me. And they're like, of course, you're family to us.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, he was a dick.
Yeah.
Men are such manipulative pieces of shit. He was gaslighting you. Like it I was saying that
The
just
black guy?
furious. Yeah, I mean, of course he's
The
like
black guy was saying all that stuff to him?
well, essentially.
Yeah.
You know, he was saying it different. He was like, man, he be gaslighting you. He was saying it different, but yeah. He was trying.
Yeah.
But
Was the
it's
guy
just-
wearing like a sweater? Did they go like? Did they do like a Hal Stella? There's always like the good. Like if you watch like Hal Stella's Got a Groove Back or any Tyler Perry movie, there's like the good archetypal black dude who has like a sick record collection,
Yeah,
and, like
yeah.
wears sweaters and glasses, and he's like, I'm just trying to really work. Was it like?
he was a cop, which also made me laugh because they were like very pro police a couple times in this movie. Like she's talking to her sister and she's like, "You're so strong. You're like a police officer." And I was like, like, this movie came out a year before they realized that would be a problem.
That's hilarious.
But there's one part where the lady's in bed and then the jacked black dude best friend comes in to be like, are you all right? And his body is so absurd that it's comical. Like his tricep is out like a foot. It's like sticking out a foot. And then she gets a bunch of money from the settlement with her ex. And this is my favorite part because then she's like, I set up a college fund for your daughter. And then her and the black people celebrate. She's saving the black family.
Of course.
Also, there's no mention in this movie of how this not incredibly ugly, but ugly woman for a billionaire that invents invisibility. Like what is she doing?
Yeah, why is he like punching her? Yeah,
It makes no sense.
later.
The whole thing makes no sense. But yeah,
Why'd they cast that lady?
I'm not sure. I swear to God, it was every woman's fantasy. And then it's like just the idea of like they've never lost a fight. They've just been manipulated.
Yeah,
Like he was such a fucking.
I can't wait to watch.
I was gaslit so many times. It's like, no, you lost arguments.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make weird excuses after the fact. You're just losing arguments.
That'd be funny to have like in the middle of that when they find.
I don't know if you can tell. I've been accused of this before.
That'd be sick if they had like a passionate love scene once she finally like lets her guard down around her new boyfriend, and like the camera just reveals they're both naked, but he has boots on. Oh yeah,
She's in the recliner.
It's the whole time just imagining like a disgruntled boyfriend going through all. He was like living in the attic of the black guy's house. It's like, why is this? But then I was also laughing about him. He's invisible. He only fucks with her like occasionally. So then that means most of the time he's just invisible, like going around town, just chilling. And he's like, oh fuck, I gotta go fuck with that bitch.
oh
And he goes and like rips her covers off at night. It's so funny.
that would be sick if at the very end he records the sex scene, and at the end of it's just him uploading it to like Pornhub, just like BBC destroys like, mature white lady.
She's a floating cell phone.
The Invisible Man, and then all like, yeah.
Whoa.
And then there's a real plot twist when it's revealed she's pregnant recently, which means the Invisible Man fucked her and cream pied her asleep.
Hold on.
The Invisible Man, and he would have had to have taken his dick out of the suit. So that means there was just a dick floating in her room one night, a hard dick.
It was just a solid 5 3/4.
Just floating. It's like,
Damn.
you fucking bitch.
That's gotta be crazy to be a Jack Black guy and wake up and there's a floating 5 3/4. You're like, what the hell? Get this thing out of my house.
No. Get that damn thing out of my house. But
Just fucking punches it.
it's also, again,
You protect yourself from 5 3/4. You probably just fucking Wakanda.
it is the absolute white woman fantasy because her and the black guy they're just friends, man. They're just friends.
Really?
And she's happy to help out the
Wait, they don't
daughter.
never smash?
They never smash.
Dude, they're totally cheating. Why would that be the first house she goes to?
Because they're just friends, man.
Yeah.
This is the white woman fantasy.
Yeah, that's weird to like leave.
Every woman's fantasy is like, what, my incredibly jacked hot friend?
Wait, so the fantasy is to like drain a bunch of money off of a rich white guy, and then be like, here, I saved you.
Yeah. To be like, I'm saving you. You can go to law school now.
So she wants to divert money from military technology funds and then being like,
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
You can go a
And then
creative
he,
writing major.
At one point, she goes on an interview to an architecture place, and he just takes all her stuff out of her suitcase. It's so funny. And she gets there and is like, I have nothing. He had to be sitting there like,
Dude, I might go home and punch my wife's mirror. This movie's pissing me off.
this movie, it could have been so good if the Invisible Man would like fart in the house, like a loud fart just in the room with you.
He's here.
He's here right now.
It's at Jurassic Park. They're just like, was that you?
Oh, fuck God. He's in the house.
Oh, God. So he was in the attic just chilling there. Invisible?
He was in the attic chilling. He would come down at night to like slap people in the face. It's so funny.
He pretended to be dead.
Yes, he
just
faked
torture
his
this
suicide
woman.
to bother his ex.
Yeah.
The whole thing made no sense.
I need to see a
But-
picture of this. I want to see what kind of stretch this was.
It's
called The Invisible Man.
It's a stretch when you see the lady and then you realize that she was married to a billionaire.
Tony Stark, basically.
He lived in a Tony Stark house.
Yeah, she must be a first wife then, you know?
Before he invented the cloak.
Yeah, before he invented the cloak.
Oh, man. Wait a second. This lady? Oh, this lady's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's she was, I mean, on the cover, definitely she's not looking the best on the cover.
The whole
but-
movie, she's hysterical and crying. Again, girl fantasy.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Everywhere
God,
I go, I spaz out. And everybody does what I want.
Dude, I'm reading a book right now called The Hidden Persuaders from the Adam Curtis documentary.
It's a dog whistle.
No.
All right.
No, dude. Please.
No, I know. It's just a funny thing to call.
The Hidden Persuaders.
Yes, the hidden persuader.
Dog whistle is just a thing for people who come up with it. Be like, oh, that's your dog whistle.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
No, I
It's
was.
like, no, I just came up with a funny slur.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah, the hidden persuaders. You know, the
They would
guys
do
who
that.
control the media.
In my school, they would do that. They're like, you know, when Trump talks about teen pregnancy, he really means these are old white ladies. He really means pregnant Black and Latina teenagers.
Yeah.
And I was honestly like, I never once made that.
Yeah.
It's like if you watch Teen Mom, there's a ton of like white trash ladies. But they're like, he's clearly dog whistling. Like, I'm pretty sure you think of Black teenagers when you think of Teen Mom because I don't think that's what they're talking about. But they're talking about how.
Yeah, because the term dog whistling means it's a cadence that normal people can't perceive as racist.
Yeah.
But if you were racist, you'd be like, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're like, that's a dog whistle, it's like, how do you know?
Exactly.
You can hear that?
You can hear. How do you hear the pitch? It's like,
I can't.
I have a PhD in social work. I studied Judith Butler.
Oh, he touched it again.
Finally. Dude, the book, it was from the Curtis documentary about how they started using psychoanalysis in marketing to like fuck with people. But the one study they did, and this is before they had like the algorithm basically to study us all in real time. Dude, the one study they're talking about how this was in the 50s, how they figured out that women, and I don't want to talk about this during, Women's Month, but they were saying it's Women's Month right now in March, but they were saying
God, I wish I didn't know that.
they were saying that
I wish I hadn't just heard that right now. Why would they have whatever?
So one study figured, they did a bunch of these, but the one study figured out that there's mental changes that accompany women's menstrual cycle, and they were allowed to run these studies in the 50s. So they're saying they had to figure out how to sell products because they were like, women 2 weeks out of the month have this like go-getter capacity, like I want to take something on, I want to do something new, I want to go on an adventure, blah 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 blah. The second half.
What's
of the
worse
month,
than that?
The second half. Of
I
the
want
month,
to do something.
The
It's
second
just
half
like,
of the month.
damn
This is
it.
what marketers figured out in the 50s. The second half of the month, it's like I don't want to be stressed. I'm overwhelmed. I need like attention and care. So the marketers in the 50s would have to advertise like bake things. Like it would have to be like a quick, easy thing, but also like try a new thing, and they'd have to advertise both at once because they didn't know where women would be on their
Is
cycle.
that why there's recipes on the back of like boxes and shit?
Definitely.
Yeah, dude.
God damn.
Yeah, I saw that one where you gotta add an egg to the Betty Crocker or whatever that was, the cake, because women needed to feel like they were contributing.
They did the same thing
It
with
was like,
Campbell
okay,
soup.
just pretend to add an egg to it, like that matters. And they're like, I am helping.
They did the same thing in Latin America with Campbell soup. They didn't. It's like soup's like a big thing in those countries. So like it was seen as like you would be and this is the whole thing they're selling. Like it's not just soup. You're being a good mother. But if you did like instant soup in America, like we're like whatever, who cares? In Latin America, it's like oh, I'm a bad mother because I should be making like the good soup. So they just sold Campbell's soup in Latin America as a soup base so that they could chop their carrots and be like, I've done it, Doña.
Yes.
This is like white moms with Stouffer's. Like,
Yeah, is it pronounced Stouffer's?
Stouffer's, right?
Yeah, Stouffer's.
Stouffer's, bro.
Stouffer's? Oh, all right.
I'm sorry.
It probably is Stouffer's. I never realized that.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think I ever had it.
Really?
We never ate that. Yeah.
I had a killer joke about the old
I remember that. I remember
That was
that.
one of
That's why the concern. I knew the concern was like, have I been saying that wrong?
I didn't know. I used to bring up potatoes au gratin, and people were like, that's so funny how you
Yeah.
say it like that. And I was like, I thought that's how you say it.
I
thought you say- I thought it was au gratin.
I heard you say it and I took it.
I
I was
thought
like, are these potatoes au gratin? And people were like, are you fucking retarded?
I was trying to
This
pronounce
is a
it like,
baked potato. I was like, I don't know what au gratin is.
I think it's just cheesy. I think it's just when you make cheesy potatoes.
Cheesy
When you
potatoes.
cut a potato and bake them and then put cheese. It's like macaroni and cheese, but instead of macaroni, you put potatoes.
It sounds great.
Yeah, they are delicious.
How do you say it?
I think,
Correctly.
I think it's potatoes au gratin, but I used to call it potatoes au gratin because it was a foreign word, so I had to like pronounce everything.
You
It's
did it.
foreign as
I think
fuck.
you did the right thing.
I think I'm right. But someone was like, "Yo, it's so funny
do
how you
think
added
you're
that
right.
in there," and I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah. I remember one time you said a word wrong.
I
wasn't-
I know what you're talking about the old adage,
Adage.
the old adage.
Yeah.
You know how the old adage goes.
Yeah, it's because you were reading full. You're reading all these books.
I read
dude.
beyond my fucking my milieu.
Yeah.
That's a good word, man.
Milieu.
And
Yeah.
you said it right, too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I now I Google pronunciation after I've been embarrassed a bunch of times. But yeah, the,
Even those are tough.
huh?
Google pronunciations.
Hard as fuck. 'Cause you get three.
Because it's a robot saying it.
Yep.
It's like, I don't know how to enunciate the way this thing does. You can't
Exactly.
be in the middle of a conversation and be like, milieu.
But yeah, that was. And it's funny too because now I was listening to a song the other day, and a guy was he was like, you know the song "How Can You Lose by Following God"? It's the thing that Kanye sampled from.
Okay.
But the guy's like, he's an alpha and omega. And
Oh,
I'm
he
like,
said
yeah,
that.
that guy read outside of his
Idiot.
and the omega. And I was like, oh, hell, that guy read it was like alpha and omega. Hell yeah.
Yeah. No one.
No one
corrected
in his
him.
network
No
was
one.
able to be like, exact. They were just like, yeah, whatever. I don't know what you're fucking
Yeah, I guess it's
talking
omega. I guess it's au gratin. I got one more burner in my
about.
pocket.
Dude, that fucking.
This is not. I watched it the whole way from start to finish. That movie, I was like, this is
Where'd you watch it?
every woman's fan in my living room
Is it the
with a
Netflix
lover.
Oh.
I watched it with a white lover.
Really?
So she liked it.
What were you telling her?
I was like, this is for every white dumb bitch. I'm a poor lover. But yeah, I was just laughing at the idea of every single woman who's ever lost an argument has been like, he's a manipulative piece of shit. It's like, no, you just can't debate.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the other one, the one on Netflix that just came out with a lady, Rosamund Pike or whatever? It's called I Care a Lot.
No.
It's like this white lady. She's like this evil person, and she's just bad the whole time, and life just gets better for her for being like an evil white lady.
What?
Well, I like
she
that.
Like, takes over the world.
I always wanted to make that movie where someone, instead of problems happening, it gets sweeter. It just gets
gets
better
sweeter
and
and
better.
sweeter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everything
yeah.
gets better. So this lady just keeps being worse and it gets better.
She gets worse and worse, and then she goes up a level. Like she's just like rich by the end of the movie.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it sounds like exactly how life works. I'm not sure. You got to get a little closer.
Coming of age tale.
We got to get these mics right up on you and me so they can all hear us breathing.
Yeah, you gotta on these roads. You gotta be on them.
Yeah, I saw a comment about me mouth breathing and it shook me.
Really?
That's one of my deepest fears. So then I'll hold my breath the rest of the podcast.
What?
Just
Oh, no.
No, let it out, bro.
I got another one.
Let's
This has
have
been
it.
burning.
Let's have it.
And every time I say it, it makes me laugh, and no one else really likes it
They're
that
the
much.
best.
All right. So that guy who killed that gymnast coach who killed himself
Yep.
before trial,
Nassar's boy. What was his name?
Gettert, Larry Nasser's
Larry-
boy was
Nassar was
Gettert.
part of- yeah,
I think
he
his name
was-
was Gettert.
Is it John?
Yeah, Nassar was the head of the snake, and this was kind of his wrangler.
Nasser was the trainer, and this guy was the coach.
Yeah.
This guy was the guy.
He was the one injuring him.
He was like,
For real. No,
He's
he
like,
was
"Go see
making
him."
them. That's what they were saying. He was making them go over and over and over to where he's like, yeah, you'll be seeing.
It also
him
sounded
later.
like he was just a good coach.
You think?
I listened to a couple lady interviews, now minus the sexual assault part.
Of course, okay.
But all the
strictly coaching.
all the women were like, he worked us so hard. He worked us too hard. And it was like, we did win gold at the Olympics. It's like, okay, well then don't play for the team. I've never heard a New England Patriot be like, oh, fucking Belichick's, he worked us too hard.
Yeah.
It's like, count the rings, dude.
True.
Every good coach gives sexual assault, though. A little smack on the
Well, it's embedded in sports culture.
Yeah.
A little friendly fingering.
Him killing him.
13-year-old.
Yeah, just killing himself before trial is the ultimate move, dude.
That was insane.
Just them being like, just this saying, just knowing you're going to kill yourself and having confidence going around, like people, like the victims' families being like, have fun rotting in prison the rest of your life and just being like, well, I bet you I don't. That's all. I've been laughing so hard at that. Like, yeah, well, we'll see your ass in court. He's like, I'm actually not going. I'm not going to be there.
Well, it's also crazy. The judge was like, well, I didn't think he was a flight risk. It's like the guy under 10,000 counts of child rape who was just following like one of the largest
they were probably like,
cases.
you better not fly anywhere. I'm not. I promise.
Promise I'm not.
I'm not going anywhere. Well,
That's crazy.
I'm going to shoot myself. I think he killed himself like behind a dumpster. Or at least that's what I saw. I just saw like the helicopter footage and the cops were around a dumpster, which is hilarious.
Yeah,
he was just like, I'm actually not going to court. Just walking behind a dumpster. And just
how do you not just immediately grab that guy and be like, hey, dude, you're like, if you're somehow found innocent, we'll let you back out. But right now, it's seems pretty solid that you were tied in with that other very high profile pedophile who just like abused.
Oh, I mean, Epstein. He checked out.
That's what
Everybody's
I'm saying,
like, you're
dude.
going to face justice. And Epstein was like, I bet you I don't.
That's where I start to get paranoid. I'm like, how'd this guy have the wiggle room to kill himself? Do you know how fucking mad I would be? It's like, dude, it's first of all.
Oh, if you were like a family member?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like,
Got checked out?
The judge is like, all right, so I guess come in around 9:30, 10 for
Yeah, he's
your
like, well, I'm not
apocalyptic fucking.
Be like, well, you have to be here at 10. I don't. I'm not coming.
The thought of a guy catching a lift and being like, oh, it's not here. My lift's fucking late. I got to go to child molester, eternal sentence child molester court. That's crazy they didn't scoop that, dude. Like, bro, get in here.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, in the Philippines, people give it to workday shit. He just fucking caps drug dealers.
Yeah.
If he breaks in, they have to see that you have drugs. Not even the police, a bounty hunter can just shoot you in the face. And the bounty hunter gets $2,000.
Where's that?
In the Philippines.
All right.
They have bounty hunters. They have bounty hunters where they'll just come in, shoot you, and the government's like, here's 2 Gs. And you're like, sweet.
Damn.
And if you shoot someone accidentally, they're like, bro, come on.
You could do that. You get your boys together, get like 3 or 4 of your boys, you all get different Power Ranger suits. There's no laws against what bounty hunters are wearing. You can break in and be like, just shoot a guy in the fucking head for rolling a joint.
Yeah. Put the drugs down.
But yeah, killing yourself and being confident. Like, all right, Hitler in the bunker. And they're like, all right, the Soviets are here. You got to come out. Yep. No, I don't. Like, it's time for you to face justice.
Did he kill
I bet you I don't.
That's why killing yourself is illegal.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do it because if on the case that you've committed an atrocity, legally speaking, you're supposed to be brought to justice.
Yeah.
So I was telling you, that's what I was the most appalled about. The fact that he skipped court.
Yeah.
Via suicide.
Yeah. No, I don't feel like that. I'm not going to do that.
Dude, his legacy, it's already bad enough with the child molestation, rape, and that. Somehow sexual trafficking. I don't know how the fucking guys from the Nexium got sexual. I still don't understand how they got sex
I
trafficking.
think you just bring somebody to a different state.
Okay, so if you bring someone out of town and then because the Nexium they were adults.
Yeah.
Who got like tricked into a pyramid scheme and like we're gonna burn your pussy and they were like, sure, master. And it was like, well, you're 30, so
yeah, it sounds like you got tricked.
Yeah, it's kind of like, well, they tricked us with psychology. It's like,
yeah, that's what tricking is. Every single time.
But when you have like 14-year-olds, you're like, hit the thing again, hit it again. Like, oh, my ankle, and it's like, well, here's the guy who fingers you.
He's gonna finger you.
Yeah, dude. My question is,
hold on. Here's another great impression. This is Japan.
Oh boy.
Calling the United States, not knowing we have nukes during World War II. We will never surrender. Yeah, I bet you actually do. I bet you end up surrendering. I bet you call me tomorrow and say sorry. What?
What do you know?
We'll see. Just watch the news. Watch the news tomorrow. See what happens.
Yeah. I forgot we did.
And it was You know how there's been like UFO sightings around like nuclear silos and shit, and people like think the aliens are coming back to be like, don't nuke each other. That means they turned a blind eye for Japan. That means even the aliens, we knew when we nuked them, the aliens knew we had nukes.
Wait, so there was
They're like,
aliens?
all right, go ahead.
Wait,
No, I'm saying nowadays
yeah.
there's been a lot of like UFO sightings around nuclear testing sites, nuclear silos. Like there's a show, I think it's on Netflix or Amazon, where they're like a UFO hovered above the base and like shut off all the equipment for like 10 minutes. And they believe it's like aliens being like, chill with the nukes.
Yeah.
But that means when we were like, we're going to nuke Japan, the aliens were like, all right, get one in. Get one in. These guys are out of control. Go ahead. Toss one at them.
That would be funny because, again, we've been in the mainstream news flirting with like, they every now and again, they're like, aliens. You know, like,
yeah.
Not now.
This year. They've been
hitting us with aliens. That would be funny if we made contact and they came out and said, like, de facto, like, we think it, and they translate it and like they think Asian accents are funny. And then some white lady has to be like do like a science thing, be like, actually,
the aliens are wrong. They just vaporize her. They're like, oh, they're right. They're like, I bet you were right.
What if Martians sounded Asian? Like,
like,
I'll be honest. There's a very good chance they do. There's almost no chance they don't.
You think so?
Oh, we're coming to so much apiece for you. There's so much apiece here.
And they come down like, around, just kidding.
yeah. Oh, we like Dick Goof. Anyway, white people rule. Just like, white people were right this whole time.
We've come to speak to Trump. No.
Where is David Duke? It's like, what?
Fuck.
These guys from Saturn suck. And then another alien thing shows up. It's like, those were the racists. They're bad. Fuck, well, we listened to them. They flew.
It would be funny.
Well, we did what they said. We killed them.
It would be funny if we made contact and their technology sucks. They just like crash in the ocean. They're like, fuck.
Yeah, they hand us like an iPod.
Like, we heard you guys had weed. Yeah, we have weed. Sick. What are your secrets? But dude, we don't know.
We don't know how this shit works.
Yeah, everyone assumes they're like way advanced. That'd be funny if they're just like, oh, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be like us. It'd be like us driving a car.
Yeah.
And driving somewhere, and they're like, how does this work? It's like, I don't know.
All the ones that have landed, they're the drunk drivers of aliens. Like, they weren't supposed to be here.
Damn, that's true. That's a good theory.
Yeah.
All the alien sightings, they're just fucked up on ketamine. They're like, whoa, where?
Yeah, they abducted a meth farmer. They abduct some guy who, works as a,
Yeah, like,
he's up there
meth
foresting. He's a farmer that likes meth.
Hooks up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh, dude.
Like, give me
I was
meth.
thinking lumberjack. That was the word that was eluding me.
You know there's probably meth farmers. There's probably a lot of farmers right now who are tweaking on that meth.
Yeah.
Because you're like kind of sitting around, on some Larry Nassar shit
I would
all
take
winter.
Adderall if I was a farmer.
I think a lot of
all
them get
day.
tweaked out, bro. Because you got to like the harvest comes in and you're just like sun up to sun
Think how
down.
pumped you'd be, just jacked on amphetamines, just driving, just
The
like
problem is,
let's go.
you fall asleep for like,
in one of those giant tractors, like, oh fuck! Look at this thing.
oh, it's fucking corn.
Look at all this fucking corn right now.
Yeah, but then at nighttime, dude, you'd be coming out thinking everyone's fucking with your shit. You'd be in the field. You'd just be, you'd be
shotgun.
scarecrow painted, just face painted on a stick, just like, you'd be the scarecrow.
Yeah, you'd probably fight your own scarecrow every night. You'd be like, there's that son of a bitch. Fuck.
Yeah, man. That's it. The problem is you start doing the meth, you crush it for a couple of weeks. You're fucking, I've been up for 3 days. Then the lack of sleep psychosis kicks in. You're like, actually, everybody's out to get me. And then
The corn is screaming at me.
And then you fall asleep for like 4 days, and you wake up and like all your apples are kind of fucked, and you're like, oh shit. And
That's probably how every crop circle has happened. Like a farmer just took meth for a week and then built it, and then woke up the next day like, whoa, there's aliens.
It is funny that guys always, a lot of the guys, I should say, I want to, smite everyone who claims alien, but they're always like, yeah, they fucked my ass. It's like, I think you're fucking with your ass, bro.
Yeah.
No.
It's like, well, if you find anything up there, that was the aliens.
That's a part of it. The aliens are like, give me meth or I'll probe your asshole.
True.
They probably take meth and fuck
Yeah.
guys in the ass.
They're just invisible man farmers, dude.
Yeah, I wonder if aliens are funny. If they have a sense of humor.
They have to be funny.
Because
Right?
if they're funny, they'd be fucking with farmers quite a bit. I'd be destroying farmers.
You think you're destroying
Just,
crops?
I'd be if I was Invisible Man.
Get some
Yeah,
MIBs
just
action.
abducting shit, throwing it,
Fuck yeah.
just tossing a cow across the floor. Just some guy sitting there watching it, like
Some God-fearing man by himself.
God fearing,
hell?
just coming down and be like, "I'm God," and then giving him a mission.
Chill.
Just be like, kill your family.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, he's doing it.
Oh, it's test. Yeah, man. Dude, we're gonna have to contend with the. Did you watch the whole Curtis thing, right?
Yes.
The end when they talk about the algorithm,
Yes.
how it has all of our information, but doesn't tell itself stories, so it just kind of thinks differently. We're about to come full face with. We're gonna have to shift our human brains around how to deal with, basically like a hyper crafted version of all of ourselves that doesn't think like us.
Yeah.
And that's what we're gonna be up
that
against.
attributes no meaning to anything.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's going to be crazy to have to do. I mean, I'm thinking about aliens. I'm like, because I thought about it before. They could be, my one theory of like how everything is, could be the fact that AI's gotten us to this point where it was like, maybe I stole a little bit of this from the 100, but it's like, you get to the point where you're like, hey, figure out how to save us. And they're like, oh, we'll shut it down and contract the universe into a big bang and it re-explode it on the same thing that it comes. Basically, we'll just do a restart.
The problem with AI is that AI is
I'm excited to hear this.
AI is doing a bunch of simple things.
Yeah.
AI can't do complex tasks.
Yeah.
Like people, we can think, but AI doesn't think. AI knows how to go 1 + 1 = 2, and therefore, since 2 is this number, this needs to happen because it's 2.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how we're so the problem with AI is it doesn't think. It's not. There's no like.
It's not on your level. It's not going to the Y in Power Rangers.
It's not on P. It's like AI is really good at certain things, like computations. AI is real good at figuring out like manual tasks, like labor work. AI is really good at, but things like deciding whether to give a loan to a family, AI is not really good at that.
Yeah, but the problem is in terms of predicting behavior. I think they're not perfect at it, but I think that's the problem. So you can have them have so much information that they can start predicting behavior pretty good, and then you send that to a human, and the human goes,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to start a gymnastics gym.
Then I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
How did he get there? He was like, oh, your ankle? Let me.
I think, I mean, again, these were little girls, so he'd be like, I don't know.
I got to loosen you up.
I think he would like,
You seem stressed.
I think he would be like, I think you dislocated your pelvis and start doing this, and as a doctor, he can go, I'm going to have to check something internally, and then it would just finger. Which is like, dude, how pumped are you on fingering? So you're 45.
Yeah, he was living every
Get a
seventh
fucking
every
hooker, you
seventh
psycho.
grader's dream. Dude.
True, he might have been stuck.
It's like I just want to fucking finger.
He went back to their school. And
I want
was
to finger so
You
bad.
think
Yeah,
he was in the recess yard, just like,
yeah. Every single high school fucking reunion, he was like, "What are you guys up to?" They're like, "This." He's like,
like, Tara Lipinski.
"That's 100 women. I have 100 girls on this hand."
you think he had a Luke Skywalker glove? He's like,
Oh, little mice and men takes it off. He saves it for the ladies.
You see his right hand. He might have been like the dude. That might have been his fucking whatchamacallit, Anakin. Nassar might have been. He might have taught.
Yeah.
He might have taken him out. He was probably a good coach. He's like, I just want to win the medal, and he was like, I can show you how.
Yeah, use this. Use the power of rape.
What was the guy? What was the coach who was sending him to Larry Nassar getting out of it? Would he get to like watch or something? Like what the fuck? How was he involved in it?
I don't know. Apparently, he was doing it also.
What?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
So he was hopping in on it.
Yeah, man.
They're tag teaming it.
He'll never be here to be able to tell his side of the story, so he can only assume.
I mean,
Yeah.
The fact that he got killed, dude, or suicided, whatever, that is like, you have Epstein dies, and that was crazy. People still are like, yeah, that was clearly some sort of thing where it's like,
Yeah.
there
They're
was
like the
no
cameras
way.
didn't work and the guards weren't there. It's like, all right, guys.
Yeah, that should be there. Should have a room. I'm pretty sure if I wanted someone not to kill themselves, I could devise a room and set up a thing for like 2 days. I could be like, I'm pretty sure I can make sure this guy.
Yeah.
Just you have a guy staring in the whole time. Pretty simple. $25 an hour. The United States government couldn't muster up
I bet they
24-hour
hired
direct
They
surveillance.
probably hired a Lemaire. He was probably
You think
sitting there. He was
gas
like,
station cookie was involved.
and then he came back to the room. Was like, "Oh fuck!"
Just
And
trying to
then
give
they
him
were
CPR. Like,
they-
please, Mr. Epstein.
No
please."
chance. No chance CPR was administered. He probably just walked straight out. He got a call from the jail that was like, you're fired, right? He was like, oh, yeah. No, I get it, for sure.
He just went home. He just went home.
He just went, he looked in, he was like, oh, shit. Straight home. Straight to fucking video games. I'm fired. It's good to fire yourself, dude. You pretty much fired yourself. I called him. He was like, "Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm fired."
I agree. Dude, the funniest, yeah, man, it's like if I leave my car parked on like 16th and Chestnut for 45 minutes, I'm 80% sure I'm going to get a parking ticket. It's that efficient to write you a $37 ticket. And they're just like people from like the Northeast.
True.
It's just Neasters, dude.
True.
It's just people from the Northeast.
They'll get you
chain smoking,
5
walking around
minutes.
in mailman outfits.
Yes.
They'll
Yes.
snag you. The fact that they couldn't be like, yo, we need to find out what this guy was up to. And they're like, oh, man.
Oops.
Oops.
Whoops.
Actually, it turned out there was a blind spot and we left. What did he hung himself, right?
Yeah, that takes some time too.
Epstein, right?
Yeah.
he hung
We
himself.
wanted to give him sheets. We don't want him to be,
Yeah.
we don't want him to be chilly.
It was some rope, obviously.
Yeah.
Gave him some rope.
I think he hung himself with a sheet.
Yeah.
How, bro? Or he took off his jumpsuit. Again, no, it's like, dude,
Taking off your jumpsuit and doing it's sick. Dying naked.
damn, he revealed the egg.
I pray I die naked.
That's true. He revealed the egg.
Yeah.
He was hanging the fucking egg. He got in the deposition. They were like, "I heard you had an egg-shaped penis." And he was like,
Yeah, dude. They do crush. They crush these dudes' dongs. That's why he killed himself. That guy, Goddard killed himself. He was like, "I got a weird dick. Everyone's gonna be making fun of my dick."
dude. I think he had an extreme curve, like a downward curve. Just no one. I've never seen a downward
What do
curve.
you mean down? Like
Like a Gonzo.
I've seen upwards.
No, I've seen a Gonzo.
I've seen lefts. I've never seen a hard penis in a porno that was like just a
Mm,
hook.
true.
I've seen upwards, but I've never seen a downward curve. I mean, you really can't do it. You can only do the oil rig if that's your case.
You mean like a pirate hand? Like,
Yes.
like not curve- okay.
I've seen that. I've seen
The ramp's
this,
great.
I've seen this.
The
Ram's
ramp?
horn gets it done.
I got a good
That's a G-spot tickler.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a fucking reverse ram's horn, I don't know what you're getting done with that other than reverse doggy. You'd have to like do doggy from behind and just kind of toss it back.
you could reverse cowgirl her.
True.
You could sit on top and ride it in
I think
backwards.
that's just the Captain Hook. You might have to.
Now you're talking
You'd have
hook.
your own sex position that you can only do,
Yeah, and you'd have to be in pretty good shape to pull it off.
and you need a decent amount of dick if you're coming. If you're going to do a reverse cowboy, if you're going to
Reverse
fucking,
cowboy.
you're going to spin around. I'm trying to map that out actually. So you have a downward facing dick. So you need to approach women, ass forward.
Yes.
On all fours and just throw it back and just fuck them from behind. They can never see your face.
It'd be like a eyes wide shut scenario, like double.
Yeah.
You're both on all fours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like what was that one movie? Almost like a double dildo setup.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't that eyes wide shut?
no, it was
wait.
Requiem for a Dream.
If you're on all fours and it's a hook, it's going to be going up.
You're gonna fuck yourself. Like wrong. You might wrong hole yourself. Like wrong hole. Oh shit! Fucked my ass again.
Disaster. What a disaster.
Poor guy.
Just thinking about, this is going to feel so good. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst feeling. Never mind.
Oh my god.
But that might be a bit of because it also releases a good feeling.
What,
And the tip of your dick feels good if you fuck your own ass.
Yeah.
So it could cancel out.
You never try to bring ass to dick, soft ass to dick on a stretch on the toilet?
No. Put tip of your dick to your butthole?
Yeah.
While shitting?
Yeah. Not while shitting, but like you're just sitting there idle and naked and you try to bring it all the way to the back. Like, does my dick reach my butthole? I just want to know. You never try to complete
Yeah,
the
mine
circuit?
does.
I'm
It
saying,
has to.
Well, you've never
It has to. I mean, I'm feeling the distance now.
You've never pressed your helmet up against the frontier.
I never have once.
I have, for sure. I've taken my penis and been like, reached it and been like, sweet. And it's,
I mean, we've been doing this podcast for 4 years. How has this piece of information?
That's your Aurora Boreas, dude.
The Northern Lights.
That's the serpent completing itself, dude. Yeah, it's like it's one of those things. Sometimes you pull your testicle skin over your penis. That's a sick one. You take your ball skin, pull it over your dick.
that's
That's just a
little
second,
kangaroo.
It's a classic.
It's a second phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the second
It's the
phase.
pouch.
Stretch bird place cock in ass. Stretch bird to your butthole, put it up against the frontier, and you're like, I can fuck my ass if I want it.
Fuck my
With my soft
but
penis.
you'd have to be soft.
It has to be soft, dude.
And you have to be soft and stretchable. Which
Yeah.
I guess penis is always pretty stretchable.
Oh, the penis is stretchable.
The penis
dude.
is an
Stretch
elastic.
Armstrong.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
one thing I'll give myself. I can stretch my flaccid penis to incredible lengths.
Yeah, but then when you stretch it while it's penis, it's so skinny.
So skinny.
It's
dude.
insane how skinny it is.
So skinny.
Where's everything else? Get in there.
Stretched out, dude. Stretched out.
You ever do the cup pong? It's like where you pull your.
Ew, Amer, no.
Hold on. What is it?
Ew, you pervert. What?
You pull your scrote through the bottom, and then like your balls and penis are like up here. It's cup pong.
Hold on now.
No, Matt.
I'm not going to do it. I just want to see if
He's just saying, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you just
Put
gotta-
your sack and dong in your hand,
Yeah.
and then pull the skin down. So it's just your two nuts and the tip of your dick.
So, like
That's
an
very
ice cream
funny.
cone.
Yeah, that's very funny. That's nice. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, I've only ever done the snail. There was the cheese. Was it the cheeseburger?
What's the cheeseburger?
Cheeseburger's funny. You put them in between your balls.
Yeah,
You lay the meat in between.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The snail is a classic, dude.
Which one's the snail?
Snail is when you take your dick, you stack your balls and you take your dick and
On
take
the
it
side?
on the
Yeah,
side and
I got
pop
it
up.
right away. Yeah.
Bubble gum is also a great one.
That's holding out the sack.
When you pull just a little bit of your sack out your
And you say,
zipper,
"You
you want some gum?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, my dad used to do that to me.
Use the bubble gum.
Yeah, that was my dad's favorite. I had a friend who used to do the wristwatch. He'd just take his dick out, wrap it around his wrist, and be like, "You see my new watch?"
Oh, that's fucking sick, dude.
Yeah, and it was Tina stretched, so it was just real. It was like a real, it was
He
like
was,
a
he
rubber
was hitting you
band.
with a Fitbit.
Yeah, man, that's sick. When everybody's dick got big in like middle school, all your dong and everything started filling out.
Yeah,
every single day, someone was showing me their dick,
Yeah.
and like, what does this smell like? Fermunda cheese all day.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. It's an essential part of boyhood, dude.
It is.
Just killing animals, showing your dick to your boys. Dude, I got a. I don't know if you guys killed animals, but
I've killed animals. I've never showed my dick to my boys.
I'd actually like to hear what animals you've killed
I've killed.
and how'd you do it.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
Okay. At a camp,
Because
I
you
killed
must have been a weird little fucking kid.
At a camp, I was walking to the bathroom and there was a frog in the bag, and I picked up the bag and I squished the frog.
Did the bag pop?
No,
Wait, so who had the frog in the bag?
I don't know.
You squished the frog?
And you don't know whose it was?
No, it was
So someone just came back to their frog and was like, the frog exploded.
The kid who was slowly suffocating a frog was like, "What the fuck? What kind of psycho smashed my frog?"
Were you there for any of the repercut? Like, did you get to see what happened?
No, I just dropped it and went to the shower.
How'd you feel?
I was like, ooh. Because I wasn't trying to, I was just
How old were you? What, you have a Band-Aid on your neck?
Oh, yeah.
What happened to your neck?
I had a cyst removed.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. No, I was like walking to, I just saw it. I picked it up and I was like,
Hold on, how old were you?
I'm like, I was like 10, 11. I was 11. And it was like one of those summer camps, like the week camps where you hang out and just,
Gymnastics camp.
yeah. Me and my Larry Nasser.
Was it you and your brother?
Yeah.
Damn.
Gyps too.
Did he know what you did?
I told him when I got back to the cabin. Yeah, I picked it up.
What did he
It was-
say? Your brother seems like he's down.
Yeah, he was there.
He was probably like,
he was
sweet.
Hell yeah. He was like,
Your brothers definitely would. I know your brother enough that he would be like, okay. He would not. There'd be no part of him that
he
would
was
be like,
what did
why?
it sound like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just squished a frog. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. I was just trying to see how much I can squeeze before I broke its ribs. That's it.
Oh man. And then you squeeze too hard.
Yeah, I
just-
squeezed.
Yeah, they
Really?
just-
Yeah.
yeah, I smashed a frog, bro. Their whole intestines just come out of their mouth. It's fucked up.
Yeah.
That's actually exactly what you would imagine would happen.
It's fucked up. They just like puke their entire innards
Yeah,
up.
everything.
I mean, the sheer force of a human being against a frog. Is like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The sheer force. You were blowing them up too, weren't you?
We would used to go fishing, catch catfish, and put M80s in their gills,
Mm.
and they're just literally explode. Turn
Hell
to
yeah.
nothing. Turn to nothing, dude.
Yeah.
It's closed casket.
True. Let this be a lesson.
Yeah, we would tie fireworks to fish and just fuck them up.
It sounds like poor people fun.
Yeah, it was pretty tight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how that's just genetic because like my family did pretty well by that time. Like we started we had like money and everything was
Yeah.
cool, but it was still in your genes.
It's in
Like,
there.
we were just like, we're gonna go kill shit
Yeah.
Yeah, I think every kid does that.
if they're lucky. Some kids don't get a complete boyhood. They get you get kids who get trapped in those that's when you get the Brock Turners, bro. Or whatever their name is. You don't get to fucking smash amphibians and shit when you're little. You turn into a weirdo.
Damn, Brock Turner getting hawked by 2 Swedish dudes on a bike. Just think of him running and crying like, I didn't do it. And then tackling him, get the fuck off me.
Slow down. Slow down.
Stop, rapist.
Plus they're Swedes.
Ching, ching. Rapist, stop. Ching, ching.
Yeah, they're good on. They ride bikes like everywhere over there. If you go to like the Netherlands, it's just all bicycles.
Just 2 Blizniks chasing you down. Just 2 guys that looked exactly like Blizz hawking you. After post rape, you're just like, look, I didn't mean to do
you drank
it.
9 Four Locos. Stop it.
So you mushed a frog. Have you ever felt bad?
About killing an animal? No.
Yeah, to be honest.
Yeah.
No. I also dropped a rock on a bird.
How big of a rock? What was the setup?
It was like that size.
Damn, you had a big rock.
Wait, so where were you waiting? You must have been in waiting then.
Yeah, I was in Detroit with my brother and my cousin. We were standing out back because we're just out back. And then I picked up this rock and there was a bird. And I just dropped the rock. And it hit the bird and the bird went squawk. It was great.
Was the bird hurt?
No, it was dead.
No. I mean, before you squashed it.
Oh, I don't know.
Or did you just use stealth?
I just saw the bird and dropped the rock.
It's so hard to sneak up on a bird and drop a rock on it.
Yeah, but I don't think the one thing they don't anticipate is like the Acme anvil from.
Oh, you know what?
You finally got the Roadrunner, dude.
I didn't think that it was in Detroit, so it was probably a city bird, a pigeon.
Yeah, it's a dumb bird.
Yeah, it was a pigeon that just walks out of the way when you walk near it. You could easily crush those.
It was like a small bluebird.
Oh,
yeah,
that's sad.
Yeah,
like a common wren.
Like a Twitter bird.
It was a Twitter bird.
It was a Twitter bird.
So you dropped. I would have to be about 20-pound rock on that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess they're worried about humans, but if you're just like on a deck above them or something, you drop that rock. There's no part of the bird being like, it's like a meteor striking.
Yeah.
You can't. You know what? Your technology can't like see that coming.
Did you tell your friends what you're doing, or did you just silently stand up, pick up a large rock, and smash a bird, and then sit back down?
No, I said I'm going to smash this bird.
What'd they say?
I said I'm going to drop this rock on this bird. And they're like, hey, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, well,
it was
yeah, of
Jabri and my
course.
cousin. They were just like, hey, dude, whatever.
Yeah, Jabri 100% will be like, yeah, for sure. Yeah, of course.
Oh shit! You smashed that bird?
Like, oh wow, how about that?
Those are the only 2 animals I can remember killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to. I mean, it would just be like BB guns.
Yeah. Oh, that was all day, bro.
Hitting squirrels, hitting fucking robins. We had a lot of
day,
robins,
dude.
shooting robins.
I killed a grasshopper with a shovel.
No, that's
Yeah.
standard fare.
This isn't impressive.
We Undertakered, we Ultimate Warriored a grasshopper in a box and put it in a sandbox. We dug it underneath a sandbox, dug it up. I swear to God, it was like 5 days later. Hopped right out. Put a grasshopper in the freezer, dude. I swear to God, it was still alive when it came out.
In the freezer.
Swear to God,
damn.
Just for a night. Popped it out. That thing thawed. It took a minute to thaw. I swear to God. I swear I'm not making this up. I'll have to ask my cousin to verify. I think after it thawed, we saw it was alive and then killed it. But it was.
He was like, "Oh, thank God, help!"
But yeah, dude, that sat in a box for like 5. It was Ultimate Warrior, dude. It sat in a box for like 5 days. It came out that
Shaking
on the ropes.
Just a fucking grasshopper, just in a box. There's like a Chinese food container underneath, like I don't know, 2 feet of sand.
The grasshopper was just Kill Bill in that box.
That's what aliens do to us.
Yeah,
they pick a guy up, a farmer up, and just like, we froze him, dude. He was still like, he came. I was like, help.
Some guy's like, I'm gonna fuck this guy's ass. The alien's like, whatever.
We fucked its ass. Yeah, the Jabri alien.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. How was it? What happened?
Oh fuck.
Did you remember the story about Jabri getting the blowjob from the dude?
Yep.
Yeah, it's an incredible story.
I told you guys already?
Told us.
Well, it doesn't matter. I would like to hear
Classic
it.
story.
Whenever I get a chance to hear this story. I just like that it was in a blizzard. That's all.
Yeah.
He just was, and I imagine he was wearing gym shorts.
He got out of work. He was working at a pizza shop at the college, so he just smelled like dough.
Oh.
Yeah. He
Damn.
walked through this blizzard like a mile in Lancaster. First, he was just on Craigslist looking for blowjobs.
No doubt.
Which I swear to God, I would never even imagine. I'd never be like, I want to get some head. I'm going to turn to the internet and see what it has.
Yeah.
My brother was looking for guinea pigs recently online on Craigslist. He
Yeah.
was getting
Which
his-
brother?
Tom. He was getting his son a guinea pig.
Oh, okay. All right. He's just picking up guinea pigs.
No, he was getting his son a guiney pig, and he was like, "Dude, it's so funny. Open up Craigslist, get a guinea pig, and it's just like guinea pig, greedy little bottom looking to get people to put in the wildest sex shit."
Yeah.
So he was on Craigslist seeing what's up.
Yeah, he was just trying to look for some head. And then he replied to one, and they're like, yo, come over. And he was like, all right, right after work. So he trudged to a blizzard about a mile away.
Covered in flour.
Covered in flour. He gets to the door. He opens the door. It's a guy there. And he's like, yeah. He's like, what? Whatever. A job's a job. And then the guy's like, yo, you're going to have to pay me for this. And then my brother's like, no, I'm not. And the guy's like, you're right. And then he just blows him anyway.
Damn.
Yeah.
Does he still hold it down? Like, yeah, that was sick.
Who, my brother?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, it just happened. I needed a nut.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
chill about
just
it.
walking there and then leaving in the putting a jacket on and walking back out in the snow,
So respectable.
and then
dude.
just going straight back to sitting next to Lemaire.
I mean, dude, there's something I respect.
Where were you?
intrinsically about a guy who loves head so much? He's like, fuck it, bro.
yeah, it's,
I
Walking
need head.
wobbly leg through a blizzard.
I didn't even think about that, dude. He must have been weak coming back.
oh, he probably took a nap at that guy's house.
Probably had his pizza apron just wrapped around his face like a desert turban, dude. Just fucking
Damn, just two dudes taking a nap together after they nut.
so funny, guys. You got to pay me for this, and he's like, nah. It's like,
I bet you I
guess it's
don't.
good exposure.
Yeah, true.
Tell your friends.
This is good exposure for
There's a
my
guy in a blizzarded house just like waiting for guys.
dick sucking racket. Oh,
You got to start somewhere, bro. I
True.
wonder if that guy's getting paid to suck dick now. Hopefully.
Yeah, it's been about 10 years.
I mean, yeah, hopefully he's probably fucking nasty right now.
he's dead.
You think he's dead?
A decade of just
Dude, it was
inviting
probably-
men
it was probably
in
just
from the
Off
snow.
internet, yeah.
Dude, what do you think gay guys do on the internet?
They die. Like all the time. Almost constantly.
True. Unless they become like an architect. You can become an architect and get like a hot young boyfriend.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're just a dude in the wild,
If you're in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, offering beaches offline or online, it's a
you'd be
high
surprised.
risk
He
life.
could just be some fucking like IT manager somewhere.
For sure. I mean, I bet I'm sure he's alive. You would imagine.
But
but
no,
that's also
it's
a
high
type
risk
of,
behavior.
that lifestyle is probably
Yeah, it's high risk.
10
behavior.
years of that. A decade of that is
True. Yeah, you don't think he's like drinking like veggie smoothies every day otherwise?
No, that's where meth
Yeah.
and heroin start coming in.
True. Damn, what if he was doing it for drugs and then was like, whatever. Kind of like sucking dick better. Maybe he was a fucking turnaround tail. He was sucking dick for drugs and was like, I actually just kind of like sucking dick.
Yeah, it turns out the dick part was
It's
my
like,
favorite
I don't
part.
need drugs. I just need to suck
I
dick.
get high off strangers' cum.
And my brother told him no for money. He was like, okay, I guess I do love sucking dick.
Yeah, that was the moment.
Love the
That was
game,
the
bro.
moment. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, well, I'm not going to have you waste your time. Come here. You walked over here.
That was baby. It's cold outside.
You really must pay. I think you should stay. And then just,
Oh,
nice, man. It's good to have you back.
Yeah, that's
Thank you for having
such
me.
a fantastic story.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and the air mattresses make me so happy.
I've wondered about that. If we're all just that, because I'm reading about the like subconscious and how we all get like fucked with by marketers. I wonder if we all are just that horny, but then we have these constructs where we pigeonhole ourselves into boxes, where it's like, no, I would never. It's like, dude, I wonder if you are that horny. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're like, but the part of yourself, call it the superego, obviously, that's like, no, not doing that.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Like,
are we
almost-
all? Like,
almost
I don't even
definitely.
think there's gay people. I think gay people are lying. I think they actually do like pussy. I think everyone's lying. I think everyone's just horny. Like like my dogs will hump each other.
Yeah.
Like a girl dog will hump the boy dog will hump the girl dog. I think we're that horny naturally on some level. But
I
obviously
absolutely
we
think
organize
that, yeah.
ourselves through like
Definitely.
These guys come there, they come there.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I swear, I think it's the case.
I'd like to fuck you if it weren't for these goddamn social
That's-
constructs. You don't think I'd be sliding in? No.
You'd have taken me down.
Gardini might get tossed around.
Dude, he'd be sucking the crew.
New guy? Yeah, we'd run a train on it.
He'd be sucking the crew.
Lemaire gets first crack, dude.
Oh yeah.
Would you like first crack, Gardini, sexually?
Yeah.
What would you do to Sean if you had if you had any chance? If nobody's gonna know ever, what would you do to Sean sexually?
I'd kiss him nice.
You'd give him
Nice, dude. You would just smooch him.
You'd give him nice kisses. That'd be an interesting. That'd be an interesting train to run, and just one guy's just one guy's just creeping in, kissing him lovingly, like on the shoulders.
Sean, what would be your limits? Like, what would your safe word be around if Lemaire was like, wanted to do more than smooch you?
Yeah, if Lemaire started getting a little touchy.
I don't know. Maybe BLM.
BLM.
What's that?
Black Lives Matter.
You would scream BLM?
I'm saying, what would your limit be?
Oh, the
Oh
limit.
yeah, sexually. What
So your
would
safe
you?
word would be
Safe
My
word's
safe
BLM.
word is BLM, and my limit would be nothing, dude. I'll do whatever for the podcast.
I want those glasses on though. I want you wearing those glasses. I want to fucking drench those things.
Oh,
Noah, you fucking pervert, dude. Look at Noah's
that was
pervert
fucking
ass.
love it.
Noah's hard.
He's a college co-ed, dude. He's so horny.
Oh, he is a co-ed. Fuck. It's crazy how much hotter girl co-eds are. Like, Noah, if you were just a girl, I'd be like, she's the
It would
hottest
change
girl.
the whole dynamic of the room.
She's the hottest girl
You
ever.
would have came on and been like, I don't know, Invisible Man was pretty good. I thought it was
yeah.
pretty important we recognize the fact that, men are the military-industrial complex. And
Yeah.
they're always wrong in arguments.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Did that guy kill himself outside the court?
Yeah, dude, he was in his fucking house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were just called him like, hey, dude,
They're like, you got to come in. He was like, no, I don't.
you don't have any like knives or bleach or pills in your house, do you? He's like, nope, pretty good.
No, I did just pick up a handgun, though, so I'm not coming.
Yeah,
I'm not going to come to court.
Yeah, that's bull, dude. I got really suspicious around that. That was a lot of suspicious activity. That was when my friend was on drugs and he clearly fucking used his credit card and he was like, someone stole my identity. There's been a lot of suspicious activity. I'm like, yeah, dude, you were suspicious activity.
Yeah, you're the suspect. It's you.
He's like, someone racked my credit card up to $8,000, but he's like, there was a lot. I called them and I said, there seems to be a lot of suspicious activity.
Yeah, he called them and were they just like, yeah, it's you.
He's like, but there is a lot of suspicious activity.
Wow, there's suspicious things going on. Yeah,
You're up for 3 days on meth. You get that suspicious activity call on your credit card. You're like,
dude, just
The Invisible Man.
acting, just getting fucked up and being like, something's going on. Something's fishy around here. It's just you blacked out. I don't know what's going on, but
Dude,
something's fishy.
You would call Uber after Uber and not catch it. It was the funniest thing. I'd be like, dude. He'd be like, oh, they'll send another one. I'm like, you can't keep doing that. He's like, I'll just call another. Oh, it's the best.
Damn, Lamorp.
Dude rules.
Lamorpley. What's next for you?
Me?
What's coming up?
What's coming up? I have I'm following in your footsteps. I'm working on a schedule also.
Oh, nice.
Hell
Yeah.
I think you guys started that before mine, so
Well, it doesn't matter.
Sure.
You guys will be better. and then
yeah, you guys just aren't that funny, so
yeah.
it's gonna be a major hindrance.
Yeah. Not like sketch funny, you know.
Shane fucking loves you, dude. I feel the love.
I do love Lemaire. I've always loved Lemaire.
I feel the love.
I like Nate better, but I like Lemaire.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of that, me, Nate, and Andy, you know how we've always been doing a podcast called Panties in the Mouth. It's called PITM. Please check that out.
True.
Yeah, it's a
I
great
can't
time.
believe that motherfucker lured a barn dog out to L.A. I was stewing
Yeah.
on that the other day. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Older Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
What do you think of him?
he's cool. He's fine.
He is fun.
He's fun.
But,
Did you ever like to squeeze him?
or would you squeeze the if the barn dog was in a bag? Would you squeeze him? What?
100% I would. Like, no
I would
doubt.
at least step on him.
He looks like like one of those water frogs you see in an aquarium, just like, hey, what are you doing? Fuck you. Fuck you. Something's weird. Something's weird about you, and I don't get it.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
So you're starting. You guys panties in the mouth.
Panties in the mouth.
Was that a merger? Was that a merger?
Hey, maybe maybe.
Did they add you?
We
I thought that was Andy and Nate at first.
No, it's always been the three of us.
Oh, really?
Time.
Really?
Yeah.
What the hell? You never brought it up?
Jesus.
Sorry. Turn the
Got
rubber
that
blade.
goiter.
Okay, it's a bit. Yes, it's their podcast. I joined their podcast.
Nice.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Those guys, Andy and Nate, are very funny.
That's
Very
it.
funny guys.
Fuck yeah, dude. So they drafted you.
Yeah,
Feels good.
yeah. It feels nice.
You should just fucking boss it up, hot dog on it.
Do you hot dog on them?
No,
You don't?
Never. I would never.
You should be
No.
a total diva.
Do they ever make fun of you?
Yeah.
What do they say to you?
You're fat.
They call you fat? Both of them are fat.
yeah. No, it's okay. I'm probably the skinniest one now.
You're getting close. Yeah, I said that
You're on
when
pace.
when I heard you were at the Y, I was like, fuck. I can't be fatter than Lemaire. God damn it, dude.
Is he your fat horizon?
Yeah, Lemaire and Andy are both pretty good horizons. Although now that Nate's getting fat, I'm very happy about this. Because Nate was always skinny and in shape, and now he's blown up. He's getting a little
how old's
chubby.
Nate?
31. I think.
Black dudes hit their 30s and it's pot belly, bro.
Yeah.
If you're not a YouTube trainer, you're getting a pot belly. I worked in the labor union and it was primarily black dudes and they hit their 30s and they all like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I got this belly. It's like, dude, you eat a hoagie every day. Every single day. You eat a hoagie. And it's so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Same thing happens to kind of like white laborers. Same thing. You're just fucking out. You're fucking like shredded. You have your sun tattoo, your fucking tribal thing. And all of a sudden.
You got a tattoo of a nail.
Most white women tend to avoid it somewhat.
Yeah, they can yoga themselves around.
Yeah. Usually Latina women explode.
Sometimes.
It happens to white women when they get in relationships.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
when it happens.
Yeah,
It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
very
I
fun
really
to watch.
enjoy it. I love seeing, especially in
Dude.
comedy, all my alt comedy enemies getting fat. I'm just like, yes.
That was one of my favorite things to do.
It's not
with
so
Facebook.
funny, is it?
That was one of my favorite things to do with Facebook is see people who got fat and like, oh shit, and I'd go through their profile pictures and just watch the transformation and go, oh damn, started getting fat back in around 2017.
Yeah,
It's just a fun thing to watch.
it is fun.
Getting
to watch.
fat is pretty cool.
Getting fat is a powerful move. If you got to own it.
You have to own it.
Yeah,
You have to own it. Yeah, or you have to own it. Yeah,
and it's going to happen to all your friends. Like I remember in high school, because I was always big my whole life, and all my friends were always like fit.
Yeah.
Because we all played sports. They were all like, I think they all had like abs growing up, all of them.
Yep.
And then you start coming home, you see the boys getting a little chubbier, a little balder.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, of course, this is what our dads looked like.
Yeah.
This is how it happens. Our dads weren't always fat, bald guys.
You can only fight it for so long. Although you can be a ripped bald dude, which you can. It can be done. It's just,
It can be done, but then you don't like a lot of these guys. You get married, you want to go drink some brews at the golf course. You want to go down to Armitage and black out.
Yeah. You don't want to have like a.
You don't want to have to like spend time between battling your wife and then like, oh, I gotta go fucking do power cleans. No, it's like I'm gonna go black out.
Yeah, you don't
Escape
want
this.
an adulterer's body.
That's
True.
true.
That's one thing though. You start just getting ripped on your wife out of nowhere. It fucks them up.
Yeah.
They start hitting you with what you're talking about. Me losing weight. You think I got an adulterous body? No way, dude. I've surrendered the parts of myself like that. Desire, surrendered.
Impossible.
Had to surrender it, dude.
I appreciate it.
That's low frequency stuff. You just surrender it. It's a mechanism. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but
What, having sex with people?
no, the mechanism of surrender. You work your way up the levels of consciousness and surrender the lower levels so that all that trapped energy can be put towards other things at the higher level. So like, I think apathy, anger is a little higher up, is right below courage. But yeah, dude, it's, you just start surrendering all those things and your whole experience changes. It's pretty crazy. But because what you experience is coming from your level of vibration you're, operating on. But when you surrender like shame, guilt, anger, pride, then from there you go to courage, and then that's when things start to change, and you can work your way all the way up. You know how you test it? No, I'm okay.
Tell me.
Yeah, please.
Tell us.
First, you have to surrender first.
What do I have to surrender?
The lower levels. When you
Sorry,
notice
God,
No.
please take
when you
me.
notice the lower level, you notice you're
Never
angry.
surrender, dude.
If you're angry at something someone else does, it's just triggering a thing inside of yourself that you have to surrender that, and then they'll do what they do, but it's triggering something. Obviously, if they're holding you down and like fucking your ass, that's different.
Yeah.
But if you see something that's bothering you, That's something you have to surrender within yourself. And then the energy you spend getting fucked up about that thing.
All right, but then what happens if I surrender all that?
You start to reach higher levels of consciousness, and your outer experience starts to change. Pretty nuts. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty tight.
Are you the Dalai Lama, Matt?
Nah, bro. No, dude. Just reading some books. That's what I read every night before I go to bed, dude. The Levels of Consciousness.
God, I gotta switch to that. I was listening to that fucking Bloodlands book again. I literally went to sleep listening to like Ukrainian starvation. It was good. There's just stories of like babies suckling on their dead mother's tit.
Oh man.
I was just going to sleep. It puts me right out.
True.
And then I have horrendous nightmares.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a good life.
I had a dream last night that we were coming out to do a show, and we're fucking around. You're like grabbing my ass, and then on the way to the stage, you just kept grabbing my ass, and you just fucking like fully sucked me in. Not like sucked me, but you fully like started like overtly molesting me on the way to stage. On the stage, and we just stopped. We never made it to the stage, and we were just molesting each other.
You're a gay sex dream. No, 100% gay. You need to surrender that. Surrender that, dude.
I remember just being like walking on. What you were doing?
Well, that's because I did that to you in DC. I grabbed your butt cheeks before
you were doing
went on.
stand up, and I was sitting in the front row, and I was like,
and then I said, "Come up on stage," and I gave you like the Jodeci, or put you in a chair and like sang.
You Magic Mike.
Yeah.
No, you were doing stand up, and I was like about to interject. I'm like, "Oh, this is stand up. It's not a podcast." And then I waited, and then we were both about to go on, and then you just started like groping my butt.
That's totally real.
And that
happens.
And it was just kind of, but it went on for a while. And then the dream just went to something else.
The horseplay went.
But it was like it was extended horseplay, and we never made it to stage. We just like groped each other.
I can see horseplay.
Well, I think I just got groped.
You bucked back a little.
I was just like, I just went with it. I was
like, "Hey man, knock it off."
Oh. I just power bottomed the whole time. I was like, ugh. Yeah, it was. I woke up from that, and I was just like, whoa. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's a tough one to wake up from. Yeah, I've had gay dreams.
I've had them before.
I've woken up. Yeah, I had a rough one once. And I remember waking up like, whoa. Oh man, it's really funny.
What was your gay dream?
I had a dream a friend of mine sucked my dick. Yeah,
happens. They're tough to shake off, dude. You wake up and you just go like,
I'm never gonna tell anyone who it was because it's
really
any of my high school friends know who it was.
Oh, it was like a hometown bud.
It was a hometown bud, and if I told them who it was, it makes it even funnier. And yeah, that was when I woke up from. 'Cause even in the dream, I was like trying to hide that it happened, and then I woke up just like, whoa, what the fuck?
Oh, it's such a
what
bummer.
is this doing in here?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
You had a part 2 of your dream where you were just like, "What? I never sucked."
The second half of the dream was me publicly denying it to everybody. It happened in the parking lot of my high school. He gave me head in my car.
Really?
Yes.
I mean,
a man sucked my penis. Sucked my penis.
Yeah, it's really just there's like archetypal parts of your brain that you're just dealing with. It's it's the only way you can express through
yeah. I didn't even. I don't even have a thing for.
How
that
did
guy.
you feel? That's the thing. The symbology. People get hung up on what the things mean. Like the things when you're interpreting dreams, it's like, yeah, there's that, but it's like, how did you feel? That's
I
what
liked
people
it.
felt it. So you liked getting your dick sucked by your friend.
I did like getting my dick sucked by my friend.
But I'm talking
and
about,
that's what I was so ashamed of in part 2 of the dream. That led to some real shame, which I've surrendered.
And outside of like the pleasure of it, was there any kind of thoughts or feelings around like paranoia during the thing?
Hold on, I'm sorry, man. He raised his hand.
I just want to know if you ejaculated.
You would want to know that.
You fucking horny co-ed.
This co-ed is so fucking horny, dude. Shouldn't you be out playing volleyball at Drexel? You should be at Drexel playing volleyball, and I should be walking by, staring at the co-eds.
Just dudes in Speedos in the fucking...
Dude, I used to walk by and just...
It's crazy.
It was insane. I walked past Drexel's campus and would just... I mean, it was mind-blowing how hot the kids were.
It's just, dude, you just walk by with a volleyball, like, I got next. Yeah, I got next.
Just these college co-eds, these sexy co-eds.
Dude, it's crazy, man.
And especially, right around now is when it's once it starts, March and April is...
Good season.
They all come out. They start sunbathing.
September too, man.
Just in time for me to...
Yep. You get it up and around Temple, Mayor.
Huh?
You get that up around Temple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they keep an eye out for... At Temple,
Yeah.
you're not allowed to gawk.
No, you can't gawk. You can't. Well, you can.
Black
gawk at
dudes are not allowed to walk by Temple and gawk. People, no, but I mean, people are very guarded about that. In my opinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's
At
a lot
Temple?
of like security near.
Oh,
Temple.
right. Yeah, the guys on mountain bikes. Like,
Yeah.
you checking out that ass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drexel, a guy like me walking by, they'd be like,
Yeah.
salute.
You think they have it locked down up there?
That's white privilege.
Yeah.
Drexel is white privilege. Temple.
But I think if what if you were about what like a Temple if you were to go approach like, you know, co-eds and like stare at them, but you're also inviting them to the underground dance off, like step up to the streets.
Then yes.
Sorry, Miss Suburbs. I guess you can't. Be
Yeah.
warehouse dance party to prove your fucking.
Where we
damn.
grind.
Where we grind
I'm
on
going
each
to teach
other.
you how to grind.
Those bike guys are the best people to talk to about the girls on the street.
I was about to. Yeah,
I
they're-
mean, obviously.
Whoa.
yeah, they're,
Yeah.
That's
my
true.
ass. I protect that ass. Can't one of y'all motherfuckers want to start acting funky around it? I'll fuck you to fuck up.
Dude,
That's my ass.
the dude who used to try to charge his phone in my house, who was campus security, he would tell me how he molded. He was like, yeah, man, I think he was campus security. Dude, this guy fucking ruled. He was campus security. He'd always try to charge his phone in my house. And I was always kind of bugged out. Like, who is this guy? He's not coming in my house. And, but I would talk to him outside all the time. And he was telling me that he had locked down a bit. He started going to college parties. He started like taking off the uniform and just like once his shift was up and just hitting the parties. He would see where everything was going down. He ended up getting a college girlfriend. He's like, bro, I remember him vividly being like, I molded her pussy.
What?
He was like, it used to like at first I went in there and I like custom fit this thing for myself. I was like, that's what's up. And he was like, and then he stopped and he just started living around. He started just like Van Wildering. He started just chilling around.
I mean, this guy's incredible. This guy is amazing. I love him, but good God, that girl's father's just absolute nightmare. Just campus security molded your baby
This
girl.
dude was talented, man. This dude, he looked like, you know, the guy from what the fuck is that?
I feel like they all look like T-Pain. I don't think there's one campus security I've ever seen that wasn't just T-Pain. They all have long dreads
This dude
and they're
almost
kind of
looked
fat.
like, who's the fucking black dude with almost like blue eyes who's on like General Hospital or ER? He's in a ton of movies.
Yeah, I know.
He's always playing he's always playing again. And there was like how Stella got her groove back. He's the dude who has like always his sleeves kind of like this.
Tate Diggs?
I think it's him.
Or like Mekhi Phifer.
It's not Mekhi Phifer. Mekhi Phifer kind of looks
You
like
wanna just
T-Pain.
name
Yeah, Mekhi Phifer actually looks like every security guard. They're either Mekhi Phifer or T-Pain every time.
Yeah,
Dude. Mike Ely. Yeah, Michael Ely. Yeah.
So it's not Tay Diggs. Definitely not.
Michael Ely.
You like him? Have you ever had a
He
homosexual?
kind of looked like Michael Ealy. Yeah, the dude kind of looked like Michael Ealy, and he was just turning chicks out. He would hop off the Huffy, put on his gear, and just hit parties up. I'm like, what's up, guys? And they're like, oh, no. He did it, man. That dude made a fucking sick move.
That's so sick.
I mean, he could have paid $100,000 to go to college, or put down the Huffy and start crushing ass.
And he gets paid too.
About $15 an hour.
He's getting close to an accusation.
Do you think so?
Yes.
I don't think they're gonna
Banging college kids.
Nah,
The dad's like, who have you been fucking? It's like, he raped me.
Yeah, but it has to. The only way. I mean, dude.
No, I'm not saying he's doing it. I'm saying
Oh, I know,
fucking
I know.
young white chicks in college as a black dude that's working security is a major risk as far as getting accused of
I don't
something.
think so, because in order to get in order to kind of like stoke the ire of cancel culture, you need to have power. So if you don't have any power,
No, I don't think it'd be canceled. I'm just saying accusations of rape.
The guy is also in a position of perceived power. Like,
but they would be like, Your
I don't
Honor,
think anyone on a mountain bike making $15 an hour is in perceived power.
Your Honor, he did mold her pussy.
They have no power.
I'd be like, please present Exhibit A. It's just a molding. It's like, this couldn't have been one time, Your Honor. He's been pounding the fuck out of
No,
us.
this dude was chilling, man. I think he like started like getting into music. He's like, I'm a musician.
Man,
He
I
just
could
like
have told you that for sure. 100%.
his band camp started immediately, dude. He put down the mountain bike and it was just SoundCloud.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know that they can. I don't know if they would do that, because right now they're getting like Cuomo.
No, I'm not talking the news.
You're talking about just the girl would have been like,
Yeah, not the no. It's not going to be on Twitter.
I think I do think it's but I think among young white chicks it's become kind of out of fashion to accuse black dudes of rape. I don't think they do it. They were big on it for a while. I think they're not doing it so much anymore.
Nah, Trump's gone. It'll be back.
We'll fire it back up.
Yeah, it'll
Trump
be
stopped that.
back. Yeah.
True, back that time like
They just had bigger problems. You know?
The white girls.
Yeah, they have bigger problems to think. Now they don't need to be united anymore.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, I was in school and there was ladies who were like, I don't call the cops on black people ever. She would see dudes like checking car handles, like to see if they're locked and being like, that's not my place.
Until it's their car handle. Then they're calling.
She did call the cops on him once because he was shooting heroin outside of her house. And then she was like, and then I saw them and I was like, I just put him in danger. He was just trying to get high. There's nowhere for him to do that. I'm like, well, it's because he's on drugs and shooting them in his body. Yeah. But yeah, so she came in and was like, that's the level a lot of these chicks are on. They're like, you called the cops?
Yeah.
That's fucked up. They were like moved to West Philly and be like, we're members of this community. It's like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're fucking not. It's like your grandmother pays your rent. This was like a family who like had like a science wing or like a wing of NYU named after their grandfather.
Jesus.
Being like, I'm a member of West Philadelphia. It's like, no, you're fucking
Oh, they
not.
just did that with that girl who won. I think she was in Queen's Gambit. You know that lady? Joy. She won like Best Actress or something.
What?
At the Golden Globes, and they were like, finally, a woman of color has won.
The Golden Globes?
And it's like, dude, she's...
Are you trying to break my heart, Shade?
Yeah, it's like her family's like British billionaires.
Yeah.
That they moved to Argentina.
Yeah, it's also another... It's also
she's
weird.
a woman of color. She won as a woman. And they were like, this is the first one since Halle Berry.
Well, what point are you going to stop doing... Like, it's weird to keep doing that and being like, she's black. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not weird.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's not weird.
They did another one recently. There was like
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anna Taylor-Joy?
Yeah.
I'm stoked on... Does anyone get any...
Look at this woman of color.
Stop, dude.
I swear to God.
What the fuck?
That's a woman of color.
What's her deal?
She's from Argentina, right?
Somewhat Argentinian.
So she looks like Bjorn, and they
I
gave
think
her
she was.
fucking POC status?
She was like in Argentina for like 3 years when she was like 4.
Damn,
Yeah.
dude.
She was like raised in London and looked like that.
So kind of like the vice president, you're saying?
Except at least the vice president doesn't look like fucking Frozen.
True.
This is crazy.
I'm stoked on the first or the second husband. Has anyone got any footage about that? What's that guy up to?
Second husband?
Yeah, what's
You
the
ever
second
seen
hus
him?
up to? Never
No.
seen him. What's
He's
he look
like a
like?
Jewish guy.
Whoa.
He's a white Jewish guy.
Well,
You think he's going to like Hillary Clinton this whole setup?
What do you mean?
Kind of steer
Like
from...
flip it, steal it from Kamala?
yeah, or just kind of hide in the shadows.
Yeah. He's totally Cushion right now. Kushner, he's doing Cushion.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's all he has to do is wait for her to be like horny and do something stupid. And he can just take power.
yeah.
Yeah, what's he up to? Have they any updates on that guy? Like,
I don't even
what's
know.
his cause?
Oh, I remember him. Yeah.
What's his cause? What's he doing? So I think, didn't Mrs. Pence do something like, didn't she have some shit she was up to? I know Melania
She
was
had
trying
to.
to stop cyberbullying, which fucking ruled.
That is very funny.
Thank you, Melania.
Yes.
I've noticed we've gotten a lot less hateful comments.
I've gotten so many less during the Trump
Honestly,
administration.
dude, if you're being fucking mean online, you're going right up against our former first lady, which it's kind of fucked up. If you're being mean online, it's like
That was our best first lady.
Melania.
By a mile. I can't even think of any other first ladies that come close. I know you're a big Laura Bush.
That'd be fun
Laura
to do it
fan.
just at a bus stop on a phone, just talking to nobody really loud.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Finally, a first lady we can all get behind. Just staring at a black lady.
I was watching this thing about Abe Lincoln and like John Wilkes. They said John Wilkes Booth killed him because Abe Lincoln did a speech and was like, "No black man should be enslaved" or something. He's like, "That's it. That's the last speech."
Yeah.
That's a bitch move, right?
Why, John Wilkes Booth?
Yeah.
Shooting Lincoln?
He's like, "What, dude? No more blacks."
I mean, I wouldn't call it a bitch move. He shot the president in the back of the head.
No, yeah, you're right.
Kind of
You're
fucking
right.
ruled. He walked straight up to him and was like, I actually disagree with your policies.
Yeah.
So that was the thing that pushed him over the edge. He was
Yeah.
like,
That
so
was the
he was
final
like,
straw.
I think the slavery thing's actually pretty good. I'm willing to die for it.
I'm sure it was more than that. I mean, it was it was the war. It was the whole war.
Yeah.
It was after the war. He was ticked.
Yeah.
He was ticked with how things went.
He's
He was a
standing there
gay
next to
actor.
a bunch of black guys in the field listening to the president.
Yeah.
He was ticked. He was,
And he was a gay actor.
oh.
Was he?
Yeah, he was an actor.
John
yeah.
Wilkes Booth was gay?
He was an actor, so yes.
Okay, fair enough.
Especially in
But he did
1500s.
do something that was very not gay,
What'd he
which
do?
is shoot a president in the back of the head. Kind of the most balling.
Wait, is he one of the suicide guys too?
John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not going to court.
I
Like,
think they might have shot him up. I forget. I think he was like hiding in a barn and they lit it on fire. Yeah.
Wait, they smoked him out?
I think they tried to smoke him out and they're like, get out here. And he's like, I bet you I don't come out. They're like, you need to face justice. He's like, no, I don't. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I wonder what that was.
It'd also be funny knowing you're going to kill someone and then hearing them say something like Lincoln being like, I'll see you after the play. And then John Wilkes Booth like, I bet you, how much do you want to bet he doesn't? I'll bet you he doesn't see you.
I mean, how hard is your heart pounding before you're about to shoot the president in the back of the head in a public space?
Yeah.
That'd be nerve-wracking.
And then jump out of the balcony. He jumped off the balcony onto the stage.
Did he break his leg?
He broke his leg and he yelled like, fuck tyrants.
yeah, that is pretty badass.
Six Semper Tyrannis?
That's
Yeah.
pretty badass.
Damn. Imagine back then there probably was some sort of media source that was like pumping out crazy shit.
Yeah, there's like a Fox News
Yeah.
for the South.
Yep. And he was just like,
It's like, this was a patriot.
I'm trying to think. Tucker Gutenberg.
But we should probably wrap it up. You want to end on that dud?
I'm saying
Tucker
106.
Pizza rolls.
Long boy.
Pizza rolls. Street Fighter. Pizza rolls.
More,
I hate Mortal Kombat, guys.
You do?
Yeah.
you're
I don't like it.
Marvel Capcom.
Yeah.
I never really liked it too much. It's fun to watch you guys play
Yeah.
when it gets heated. That's like my favorite thing.
I just got dethroned in Wii tennis at my parents' house this weekend. I was fucking sick.
Oh, no.
I was pissed, man. I was going home and just effortlessly crushing everyone in my family without playing at all. I was just nasty. I might have to get a Wii tennis, dude. That might be the best game, dude.
Yeah, it is really fun.
I think Wii tennis is the best game.
You know what was great was Mario Tennis. Back in the day, that was so fun. I almost bought a tennis game last night. I was taking a gander at tennis games. It's very funny.
I'm telling
night,
you, bro, they're the best. With Wii though, you get to put like your own spin on it, and it's like
yeah, it'd be very fun.
I'm telling you, if you send me like a regular, I will. If I'm really good at
dude.
returning.
I haven't played it yet, but O'Connor and Tommy play. Tommy got an Oculus too.
Oh, are you serious?
They both. Tommy clears out the living room.
Dude, stop.
Chris stands in the kitchen,
Yeah.
and they wait till I go to sleep. They won't play it in front of me because they know I'll make fun of them.
You got to wait.
Last night, I woke up to like, and the Ukrainian, like I woke up to just a horrible story about like a gulag. I was like, ugh. And I had to pee, so I went to go to the bathroom, and they talk to each other. They play basically Call of Duty. It's a game called Onward, where like you have rifles. They're walking around talking to each other. Like, there's one up there. It's great.
What?
They lay on the ground. They lay on the ground and snipe in virtual reality, and they hide from me. They know.
Oh.
They know if I come in, I'll call them
They're in a foxhole.
gay.
You got to get a pic of those too with like face.
I thought
thought they were
about
doing
last
tennis
night.
face to face.
They were playing ping pong,
Ooh.
which is also awesome.
That's
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Anyway, we gotta go because we got that show.
Yeah.
Lemaire,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Panties in
joining
the
us.
Mouth podcast.
Panties in the Mouth podcast feud on Mondays at 7 p.m. on my Facebook.
Hell
Yes.
Yeah. What's the other one? Say that again.
Panties in the Mouth feud, the game show.
Feud, yeah.
the game show of hilarious bad opinions. Yeah.
And this weekend, the 5th and 6th of March, I'll be at Bananas Comedy Club in Hasbrook Heights, New Jersey. That's one that nobody ever comes to. So if you ever wanted to see me perform in front of about 6 people in a Holiday Inn on the Turnpike in New Jersey,
Hell yeah.
that's the one for you. If you ever want to see a guaranteed meltdown, that's one. And then the 18th, 19th, and 20th of March, I'll be at Helium, Indianapolis. 26th to 27th. Still, dude, tickets are flying off for the Crown of Comedy in Auburn, Alabama,
That's gonna
dude.
be awesome.
That's when Problem Child's about to bless. Problem Child's about to bless the stage.
There was Dark Child.
There was a Miss Dark Child.
Miss Dark Child. She was actually pretty mean to me.
Was she?
Yeah, she wasn't a big fan of me, I don't think.
Helium Buffalo is coming up. There's a couple ones. Keep an eye out. We'll talk about it later. But yeah, thank you guys. Matthew, you got anything you want to?
Nope. Just pretty much just secret projects, bro.
Secret
Nothing but
projects?
Secret projects, yeah. Got some big ones coming, but again, they're all secret.
Okay. What are they?
There's a secret, bro.
All right. Well,
There's
turn this
one-
off so I can learn about these secret projects.